Charles stealing the show.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your host, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. It's more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 45 of the Real Smoke Podcast. We are your hosts. That dude over there, that be Mick, I be Charles, and we are here hoping to have a freaking good time. But before we start, let's kick everything off with some words from the one and only Cigar Vault in Oakdale.
Hey guys, it's Norm with the Cigar Vault Oakdale. As you know, we are a small boutique shop located outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You could find us online at www.thecigarvault.com. First, I got a microphone, so Mick and Charlie don't have to yell at me anymore about sounding low when I send them videos. Second, let's talk about this August 5-pack that they put together. This has a banger of a lineup. It's cigars that they've talked about on the show and cigars that they're going to be smoking upcoming as well. This is a procured 5-pack that they do the selection for. They send it to me and we assemble it, put it together, and we put these pretty cool holographic stickers on them. So use your coupon code, that Real Smoke 10 coupon code, get your 10% off, support Mick and Charlie, and by supporting them you support us. We are genuinely appreciative of everything that you guys do, and as always, stay tuned to this episode and future episodes of the Real Smoke Podcast. Thank you.
And huge thanks to Norm and Miguel over there and everybody over there over at Cigar Vault Oakdale. But, okay, we're not going to give him shit about having, a quiet mic. He did it. He's got a new one. But what we can give him crap for is the video is older than he is now. The August 5-pack, we're in September, man. Get your stuff together and get us a new video. Come on. What you waiting on?
The September is
he's
going
to give me crap now.
He is. He loves giving you crap. The text messages will start going now. But now the September pack is just as good, if not better, than the August pack was. And another great price. Use Real Smoke. There it is. Look at this, man. You're always ahead of me.
And
always ahead of me.
There's the 5-pack. We don't have the price on there, and we don't say where you can get it from. But if you've just heard who the sponsor was, the Cigar Vault Oakdale is the primary sponsor for the Real Smoke Podcast. So, you might know where to go. And the price is ridiculously good. But in the 5-pack this month, you do have the Lure Little Joe. You have the Haze Gray Patriot, the Catelli Boxer Sumatra Toro, Stolen Thrones Yorktown Fleet, and the Traficante Chocolate Mousse. So if you haven't had any of those cigars, you're missing out. Just saying. But go and use code Real Smoke, not Real Smoke 10, because he does not have a clue. I mean, he may have been the one who typed it in, but So anyways, yeah, there's only we only have 5 of those available, and I think we've already sold 1, if not 2. So there's only a couple available. So make sure you jump on there, get that one. We always say the first, pot of the month, if we can sell all 5 of these out in week number 1 while the show's going on, that would be freaking fantastic. We would love that. So go check them out and use code Real Smoke and go buy that up. You'll love it.
Yeah, I threatened it last month, but if you don't buy them all, I'm going to buy one. Charles may buy one. So just buy them. They're a great 5-pack. So how's your week going, man?
It's going pretty good. Busy, really busy. Just going through here and looking at, we've already got, we got comments going nuts in here.
Wow. Okay.
We got Steve. Here's the new name, Steve McCabe. He's got wine poured and he's ready. Colleen McCabe. I hope they're related. If not, y'all share a really good name. Needs another glass. Brent Hogan's on here and said going to be a great show. Hope so. Having the PR49 from Katie Cigars tonight. Hologram says, let's freaking go, man. There we go. The Smoking Samsa says he's here. New Zealand is represented. Hello, everyone from Colby. Steve's on here, and he says, and I guess he was waiting for everything to kick in. StreamYard's being a little bit slow today. Just saying. Just saying. Hologram's on here. He's everywhere. He says, what's up? Big Bear's on here. Cigars with Angels on here. Jordan's on here. We have everybody in the house tonight.
Damn.
Josephus on here. He says, do the YouTube things.
That's
Steve says, first time on here. Guys, make sure you do us a favor. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We need to get those numbers up. We keep getting told we got those rookie numbers. We're not as good as we don't have as many people as Cigar Dudes podcast. They're the big people. We're just the little people. So anyways, maybe y'all can help us out and at least get us within 1,000 of them. We would like to be right under 1,000 from them. So help us out. Anyways, Colleen says we're married. Awesome.
Me and Charles are too.
Congratulations. We are too.
wait.
We're special friends. Just anyways. So how's your day going?
Man, it's good. Another long week. Hot as balls out this week in Memphis again. The people across
that cool weather did not last, did it?
No, I truly enjoyed that last week, man. I'm sitting here sweating. Just sweating. But the apartment right next door, they apparently decided right now at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, they decided to start working on putting a new roof on in the apartment building next door. So if I end up muted or you think there's gunshots, because it is Memphis, there could very well be gunshots. It's not gunshots. It's somebody that decided.
We've heard gunshots on here before.
We have. Yeah, like 2 or 3 times for sure. But yeah, just wanted to give everybody that warning. I also wanted to say our Falcons still suck. Figured I'd lead in with that a little bit. I'm hopeful with the youth, but it was not a good showing the first week. It had me yelling at the TV again and frustrated in life decisions. But
well, I found it funny that I messaged you because I can't get it. It's blacked out where I'm at, so I don't have a place local that I can go to and watch it. So I sent you a message just asking if you're watching the game. And I saw that they had scored within the first few minutes, and you're like, damn, they're looking good, looking great. And then the next text I get from you is, I think I frightened everybody in here because I was screaming at the TV. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then I saw how they lost, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah, terrible. Missed field goal to end it, but just bad coaching decisions. I've said
I'm telling you, Koo's got to go. I said that last year. Koo's got to go.
I'm not going into detail, but Raheem Morris, their head coach, stands there and looks at the scoreboard the entire time. He don't even have a clipboard in his hand. He has no clue what's going on during the game. It's the most frustrating thing to watch. But you know what? I'll be tuned back in again this Sunday, pissed off and yelling at the TV, but it'll be all right. I'm a diehard fan.
Hey, we're glutton for punishment. At least we can agree that we both love a sucky football team. Cheers to that.
100%. Cheers to that. Absolutely. So I'm gonna jump on my soapbox. I've never done this. I've never tried to do a monologue. I even kind of wrote it up tonight, but I felt compelled to do this. I'm just gonna stay calm and read my little monologue here, and I want to hopefully this gets a little feedback in the comments. Hopefully it comes across the way I want it to. I've never been great at giving speeches. They're all great when I write them up here and even when I put them on paper. But when I actually try to give them, it never works out well. So I'm going to try to keep this under like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But we'll see how this goes.
Well, so I'm glad that you're giving this one because, as we've said before, we both thought the same thing at the same time. Happens a lot.
We do.
There's a lot of times where my cooler head prevails. Today, it's not one of those times. So I'm so glad you're taking this one on. So comments, let's have some fun in there. I'm gonna go join you in the comments. I'm gonna go sit back and smoke my cigar and join people in the comments. You go at it.
I'm gonna try to keep this under a minute and a half, 2 minutes, just so we're not tying up the cigar dude sitting back here in the background. But I'm gonna use this as my soapbox for the next couple minutes. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, tune out. It's okay. We kind of have a voice. We kind of have a platform here as a podcast. It's not as big as we'd like sometimes, but I hopefully this one will get out maybe a little further than this show. We don't talk politics on this show, and tonight is not any different. But if what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday doesn't somehow affect you or upset you, there's something wrong in society. He was one of the greatest debaters of our lifetime, always respectful, and came at you with facts, no matter what, whichever side of the aisle you were on. Did not matter which side of the aisle you were on. He would have that conversation, that debate with you. There were times that he agreed to disagree, but he always wanted to have that debate and actually talk about it. We're missing that these days. Whatever happened to the days of just agreeing to disagree, or even an old-fashioned fist fight? Many fist fights have happened over the years where at the end of the day, people went and had a beer together or sat down together and talked it over, even if it was a little too late. Somebody had a bloody nose or a broken nose. But why is violence always the first thing that we resort to? Why is it always pulling a gun on somebody or loss of life? I'm going to tie this into Memphis a little bit. I'm currently living here. It's a great historical city. So many amazing things here. The wife and I talk about it all the time. So many people here just can't talk things over. How many things start with a discussion or disagreement or just a simple verbal altercation, and someone pulls a gun and someone ends up going to the morgue? Trust me, I'm not against violence. If you come at my family or you come at my close friends or you come at me in a certain way, there's going to be violence. But it should never be the first thing we resort to. As a whole, whatever happened to talking? I think we should sit down. The world's not always black and white, but I think sometimes we need to sit down, slow down, maybe even over a cigar, and enjoy the conversation. It's truly not that difficult. Much love.
So I'll say I second you on that one because it is uncannily funny how much we are alike. And there's certain times I have seen you get riled up to where you're wanting to crack skulls. And I've been like, dude, chill. Daddy, chill. And then there's been times like the past couple of days, you asked how I am. I said I wasn't in a good mental space. Because I've been in that mind frame of I'm just pissed and you're calm, and I like that. So I agree with everything you said. I mean, there was a time to where me and you could talk whether the sky is blue, and you say no, it's not blue, it's gray, and we're going to argue about it. And then at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? Just I'm tired of arguing. You want a beer? Or if we got into a fight, you're either going to break my nose or I'm going to break your nose. But afterwards, we understand where we both stand and we're done with it. But there's none of that anymore.
Never.
We need to get back to that.
100%.
So,
and I think
anyway.
This community exemplifies that. It really does. This community brings people in and brings people together to talk. And I felt like this is a platform that this may touch a few people in because, hopefully once it gets on YouTube, it stays there a while. So.
Because this platform, we are known. Cigar smokers are known for being able to sit in a lounge and smoke a cigar and debate and talk and actually have, intelligent conversation and still be able to sit there and enjoy the rest of that cigar. I'm not saying that cigar smoking makes you smarter.
What?
But just saying. Anyways, good segue into saying we can bring on some wiser people, some more talented people, some better looking people. We could bring on the Cigar Dudes. I mean,
we could.
They got the looks, the talent. They got the moves like Jagger. You want to bring them on?
I think we should.
All right. But we got to do something real first. Whoa, rear it back. We got a cigar. Are we smoking a cigar tonight?
I am. I think you are as well.
You are? I think I am too. We do have a cigar that we are smoking, and that cigar is brought to us by our brother over at 13 Knives. Are you ready for a lullaby?
Sure. Why not?
Hey, boys and girls. I wanted to read you a story about the three little cutters. Once upon a time, there were three little cutters. Daddy Cutter, Mama Cutter, and Badass Bulldog Cutter. The Daddy Cutter came out in 2020, and some people thought it looked too much like other cutters. A year later, Mama Cutter came out, and some people thought it looked like Daddy Cutter. Given the times, oh well, let's be original. So in late 22, Badass Bulldog Cutter was born. Badass Bulldog Cutter is a cleaver-style cutter with a bottle opener made from 1095 high-carbon steel that I get right here in the US of A with US source materials. And those who have bought the Badass Bulldog Cutter have lived happily ever after. So quit looking for your glass slipper and buy yourself a Bulldog Cutter.
Love it every time.
And tonight's cigar that we are smoking is...
Tonight we are smoking the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras 2025 wrapper, Mexican and San Andreas. Ish can correct me later. Colorado shade. Nicaraguan. Miller is also Nicaraguan. And that price, you see it right there on your screen. And that's brought to you by 13 Knives.
I've had a few of these cigars and absolutely enjoy them, but we do need to bring our guest on tonight. Tonight's guests are brought to you by Destination Cigars. Step into the world of cigars like never before at Destination Cigar Lounge, home of the exclusive Allegory cigar brand. Whether you're kicking back at Governor's Crossing in Sevierville, Tennessee, or savoring the vibes at New River in Beckley, West Virginia, or soaking up the rich aromas at Almost Havana and Hurricane, West Virginia, every visit is an adventure. From top-tier cigars to expert recommendations and a laid-back atmosphere, the perfect place to relax, connect, and enjoy the craft. If you are looking for bold, unforgettable flavors, escape to the world of Allegory cigars. Kick back with the rich Mexican San Andreas dividend, enjoy the smooth intrigue of the censored Sumatra, or fire up the bold, flavorful Escape Habano. For more information, you can follow them on Instagram at destination_cigars, or you can explore more by visiting them online at destinationcigarlounge.com, or take a journey to one of their 3 locations in West Virginia and Tennessee. No matter where your cigar journey takes you, every blend is an experience worth savoring. Where the road ends, the perfect smoke begins at Destination Cigar Lounge. So guys, go check them out. Go check out Destination Cigars. They do have 3 lounges, in 2 in West Virginia, 1 in Tennessee. They do have a brand that they put out a couple of years ago called Allegory Cigars. Really, really fantastic price cigars. Most of the cigars under $10 a piece, and they are fantastic, enjoyable smokes. They punch well above their weight class. So go check them out. See what you think. Let us know. Uncle Mitch loves them.
Uncle Mitch sent me their whole line. They are pretty solid. I enjoyed all of them.
Nice. So we do have 2 people we need to bring on here. We do have 2/3 of the Cigar Dudes podcast. We have the one and only Randy, and we have the man, the wealth of knowledge, the encyclopedia of cigars. We have none other than Ish. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys?
Everything good. Randy, don't forget.
Hey, Randy, you're on mute.
You newbie.
I know you've never done a podcast before. I know that you've never been on this platform.
I've never had to unmute myself on the deal, so I don't know why it was muted, but I was taking a nap and
no
didn't want y'all to hear me snoring.
Sorry, partner, but that's no excuses. You would have
Damn rookie.
before we start. So, anyways, how you guys doing?
Make sure your mic is on. That's what you meant by that. I've never seen it. I've never had that happen. Okay, I'll learn something.
Anytime I send when I send everybody back to the green room, I mute everybody, because there's one episode that I didn't mute everybody, and the intro was going on, and somebody sneezed, and you can hear a sneeze in the intro, and it's like, okay, everybody goes on mute.
I got
Nothing wrong with that.
So what's going on?
No, man. Thanks for joining us, guys. We absolutely we've been
Thank you
fans
for
of the
having
show
us.
for a long time. We've had Ish on before. Randy, it's your first time. It's not going to be your
Yeah,
last. But we've been fans of your show, so it only made sense to bring these two shows together and have a little fun tonight.
same here, man.
Hey, Ish, Colleen says, I saved my glass of wine just for you. Cigars with Angel says, oh, damn, I was right the other day. John lost his spot.
Just so you know, I already freeze twice. I don't know. When I listen to you guys, it's no problem. But when I'm over here on mute, it freeze. But I saw Colleen and Steve, so cheers with the wine.
What
Last
kind of
week
wine are
was
you
my
drinking?
wine episode. I drank a whole
Rioja
bottle of
wine.
wine. Okay.
I don't know if did you hear Mick talk about the wrapper? While looking at the word, there's no A in it, right? At the end. He said you were going to get on to him.
San Andres.
There you go. That's close enough. Yeah.
Closer?
No, he said it
That's a
good.
lot. Yeah.
Charles, he didn't say good. He said San Andreas. But Mick, he says San
I
Andreas.
rolled it.
Oh, Charles froze up too.
As a matter of fact, you want to say perfectly San Andres with a little,
Got you.
little.
Got you.
Is
hard
that
in
what
the-
the little line over the
Yeah.
E is? That
Yes.
We call it tilde.
Tilde.
Tilde, acento,
Tilde.
how you want to call it. Tilde. So
It's
it will
the
be San
greatest thing
Andres.
ever.
I
the
used to
first
be
time I've
able to
ever had
roll
anybody
my
tell me.
R's. I used to be able to roll my R's until I got my tongue pierced.
Well,
I
try
can't do it
explain.
anymore.
To be honest with you, people think that do the whatever with the R's. Well, my R, actually, we have something in Spanish called frenillo. It's something that you have under your tongue. So I cannot roll my R like in Spanish it will do. So mine always sounds like a double R. It's to be just one R. But nobody knows because they don't speak Spanish.
I just say I'm a hillbilly from Tennessee. I can barely speak English, so I'm doing good enough.
There you go.
Absolutely. So I know we kind of talked about this in the green room a little bit, and I think we'd be missing something if we didn't take a moment and kind of talk about 9/11 a little bit and maybe think back on it and kind of take
Absolutely, yes.
that quick moment of what it meant to this country and where we are now 24 years later. It's crazy.
So,
Yeah,
guys, I will ask everybody in the chat before we start. If you're in the chat and you're watching, post in the comments. I'll go ahead and I'll share some of those as we talk. Where were you? What was you doing on 9/11? What was you doing when you found out? And I'm going to ask everybody on here the same thing. Where was you? What was you doing when you found out?
I know where I was. I think it was about 7:30 my time in Texas. Somewhere in there, I was driving to Port Arthur, Texas. We were building a hotel there, and it was me and my brother, my cousin, a couple people in the work truck, and somebody had just called one of the guys in the vehicle and said that something's going on, and they didn't know that something happened to the trade tower. And so we're about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes from getting to work. And all we had was a radio. And we're still trying to, we're working and we don't really know because we're kind of disconnected from the world where we were at. And so, didn't have social media and all that kind of stuff then. And so I just remember being there and trying to listen to the radio and trying to figure, it wasn't until I got home that evening that I really understood the magnitude of what had happened. And that was just, you just sit there in awe the rest of the night. I remember that. It was wild. Where were you?
Yeah,
Ish might have no, he didn't freeze.
Oh,
No, I
I,
know
thought he was
fish.
froze. I thought he was froze too. Ish, you want to go or you want me to jump in?
Yeah, sure. I remember it was about the first plane. It was about 8:46, something like that, and the second plane it was about 9:26, something like that. I was doing construction, the same thing that happened with Randy. I was building a house down in Weston, South Florida, and we went to a restaurant to have something to eat, because we start to work at 6 o'clock in the morning anyway. So we did something, and just happened that the TV was over there on the corner on the left, and I saw that. I said, whoa. Within 45 seconds, my phone started to ring, and I was active back then. I still now, but just to build my time, that's it. And they told me, pack your things. You have to come either to Spain or Germany. I said, what happened? I said, well, that was not an accident. I said, come on, that's bullshit. Well, a few minutes later, still at the restaurant, finish our meal, and the second thing happened. So I had to quit what I was doing, come back home, pack my bags, and go straight to Germany, because they thought it was going to be another one in Germany. And it's something that I will never forget. I know people that they were working that day at the Twin Towers. I know people that they jump from the windows, and not good. So it was not good. So probably I cried 2 or 3 times in my life, and that was one time that I couldn't stop crying. Yes, for impotent, like a feeling so angry not to the world, to those people, And it was not good. It was not good. Bad. And then, well, just happened again. 911 days later, when you do the math, 9/11 again, it happened. 3,572 people died in Spain in a train. It was the same people doing it, and they called me back again. And because the mathematics that they have, it was 910 days. I said, well, it was a leap year. February has 29 days. It was 9/11. And since then, every time that is close to 9/11 days or 9/11 whatever, or 9 months and 11 days or whatever it can be the time, I always have a call. No fun. It's not fun, to be honest with you. Well, I'm sorry for what happened. Nothing we can do about it. And that was devastating. I know to this day, people in Cigar Fanatics that they were firefighters that day at the event, that they had to retire with lung not cancer, but with lung problems and all that thing. Police over there, friends of mine that they moved to Florida, that they had the same problem. A lot of people with PTSD for that day. And like I said, it's something that, why? Just why? You cannot explain. That's the matter. Human beings, we think, I don't know, sometimes weird, but to go to that extreme is like a little too much. So, man, if you want to play and you want to kill somebody, just kill yourself before kill somebody else. I'm sorry, but do that. That was my experience.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I think it goes back to what I talked about in the opener, man. It's just finding that it's something we'll never understand how some people think, I guess, man. But it's I don't know. But as for me, I was also at work, and me and my wife worked at the same place. And I remember same thing. I heard it on the radio because like there was no technology then to see it anywhere except that, until I got home and saw it on TV. But I remember at work, it was a pretty family oriented place I worked at in a home company, and they kind of stopped after the second plane hit, and everybody kind of did like a moment of silence and a prayer, and we all went back to work and worked till 4 or 5 o'clock at night. We went home and picked up my daughter from the babysitter, and when we turned on that TV, it was before my second daughter was born, so just my youngest was an infant, and me and the wife just stood there in shock watching it on TV for like the next hour, and just couldn't believe what we were seeing. And it's just crazy that, just watching those comments across the bottom and U2's experience. I don't know one person that's over probably 30 years old that doesn't remember exactly what the fuck they were doing when that happened. It's one of those times in history where I do have to say, on the backside of that, it's one of the only times I can remember as a human, as on this earth, that everybody in the United States came together. And it was a weird time with that. Like there was some kind of weird brotherhood. Everybody was proud to be an American at that point, for a while after that. And it was something that I don't think anyone will ever forget.
I will say that I was a few months out of high school. It was in the period where I knew my family was moving. I was getting ready to move as well. We lived in Kentucky, so they were moving back to Tennessee. I was moving over to Central Kentucky, over in Lexington. And my final year of high school, I was doing a lot of fighting around, between New York and Florida and Kentucky and Tennessee. And during training, within 6 months, I had blown out my knee twice. And this was when I was a senior in high school, leaving junior, going into senior. And I was being recruited by, I scored top 3% in the state on my ASVAB test. So I was being recruited from every branch of the military, signing bonuses upon signing bonus. You can have any MOS you want. It was one of those things where I was being recruited like I was a football player. And I decided I was going to go. I get hurt. They get my medicals and stuff like that. And they determined that I was unfit. So I go to every branch of the military and I try to get in and get basically told the same thing. I will not pass basic training. So I graduate high school, didn't do too well in school, but graduated high school, woke up one morning, rolled out of bed, walked downstairs, just turned on the TV. I guess my dad had been watching Fox News that night when he went to bed. And so that was the first channel that popped up because, it's not streaming anymore. It's regular TV. So when it popped up, the first thing that was on there was the first tower had already been hit. And within minutes of me watching that, the second tower got hit. And I remember being so mad that I couldn't enlist. I could not go and do something. And I remember that being the first reaction was, I mean, just like what we talked about in the opener, it's one of the very few times I am the very, very restrained. I have a very short temper, but that it takes a lot to get on that. And I remember it's one of the very few times I was physically and violently mad that I could not do something. And it is, again, it has pissed me off ever since that, the career path that I've ended up choosing and, being somebody that was in the, a competitive fighter, I ended up getting hurt. That kept me from doing that. So that's where I was at. But going through some of these messages on here, and Colony says, I was in my swimming pool. Steve called from work to tell me it happened. Went directly to the hospital to help with blood drive. That's awesome. Mitch is on here in Jackson Beach, Florida, working at the post office, heading to a meeting. Steve says is working at the fire station and was on duty on the ambulance. We turned on TV and it was just horrific. And Ancestry Cigars is on here. Just had gotten out of the military in March of 2001. Was at college and was woken up and told the current and prior military need to report to the arena. Psalmsis, our brother over in New Zealand, sleeping. I was 13 and woke up for school. My mom told me someone attacked America. Dad said, the world has changed. I said, can I join the army now? Dad laughed. Mom cried. Mashbill says, is teaching plasma etching vacuum pump class at Intel in Colorado Springs and got called to a meeting room. Jordan says, was at home with my mom, yelled at the tower my uncle worked in, just got hit by a plane. I came in just in time to watch the second plane hit. Oh my gosh. I was headed to college, Cigars with Angel. I was headed to college and classes were canceled and went to my parents' house to watch the news. I was also scared as hell because my sister ran into the house with her car and shook the entire house. Josephus says, I was bearing cable at Charlotte Hornet's house. He came to the door nude. Okay. TV was playing at the same time. It was before the second plane hit. My dad called and said, okay. I went later that day to the Marine recruiting office. The line was out the door. I will tell you this. I know for a fact I had so many friends join that week and they said the same thing. Every branch of the military the recruiter's office was lined out the door. On 9/11, I was in lockdown for 24 hours in a clubhouse in Italy when I was in the military. Smoking Baroness says, company I worked for at the time, corporate offices was in one of the buildings. They let us all go home around noon. There were coworkers we didn't hear from for days. Brent says he was in 8th grade algebra, first block. I remember them announcing it on the intercom, and shortly after they rolled in a TV for us all to watch it. That's crazy. My uncle went home the night before, thank God. Okay, so his uncle was not in the building when... Okay, good. I flew today on a plane from Atlanta. It had 93 open seats.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Remember, American Airlines, they were giving flights for $1. After that. So they were losing millions at the time just for that. So people, they get back to fly or whatever, because of course it's horrific. So the turmoil and the how you I don't care if you're in the military or first responder or yes, I'm a civilian. We have senses, and you can sense things. And you say, well, if this happened, I don't want to be in the next plane. And when people were dropping to $1, when they come in to go to Germany that day, I don't pay anything at all. But people were flying from Miami to Germany for $7.50. Put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah, just to motivate people to fly again. And of course, we all know, and it's bad to say it, but we all know money is motivation. So you can save something, you say, okay, it's not going to happen again, so let's go, $7.50, let's go. So yeah, it was bad. It's very bad.
I'll never forget, we flew that November right after that down to Florida from Pennsylvania to see my wife's family. And we were all nervous as shit. We'd flown 100 times, and we had to get over it. We're like, let's go, but I did write down a couple things, and then I'll quit stealing the mic here. 24 years ago, 3G had just started. Phones were focused on digital and voice text. So there was no other way for media. They also Nokia introduced the first color displays on phones. The first iPod dropped. Dial-up internet was now a new thing. Charles still has it. And Wikipedia emerged as a big online presence on dial-up. So I thought that was kind of cool that I knew we'd talk a little bit about, because nobody knew really how bad this whole situation was until you turned on a fucking TV.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind that it seems like yesterday, but it was so long ago that there was no technology.
It does.
So I'm going to ask a deep one for everybody in the room, and then we'll get into some lighthearted stuff. But Mick said it, when he first jumped on here tonight, was, we should really give some heart to what happened, 24 years ago. So I agree. There's a lot of stuff that, there's pivotal times in the world, and when it comes to the U.S., Pearl Harbor was something. This was another big one. What is something that, looking back, that either you hope we as a country have learned, or I guess what we should have learned from this? I mean,
yeah, that is
one.
deep.
When I look at it, one of the things that I remember thinking is, why does it take something, and mix it at both? We came together. Why does it take something horrific like this to happen for us to come together? But then why are we so quickly to let that go? Yeah, it's been 24 years. But why? We realize that we are stronger when we're together. Why do we so quickly let that go? And that's one thing that's been on my mind. That stays on my mind. It's same thing with Pearl Harbor. It brought us together. It made us a united front after everything was over with, but we lost it.
I think,
So
without being too political, I just feel like I know I'm a patriot. I know that I love my country. And I think people that don't love the country are just not going to love the country. I think it's just, we're in a different time now, just like what happened yesterday. And it's, it's heartbreaking to see comments and the way people, just like the people that hit the towers, the people that planned all that, they don't care about human life, or they don't care about, I don't know. It's very deep. I think, my opinion, and I'll throw a little religion, I think everybody got to get some more faith in their life. You got to get some more God in your life. You got to get God back in the country. I think that's what this country
100%.
was founded on. And that's what our Constitution, everything, and Charlie Kirk said it best. Like, it was, that's why there's such a, I don't know the right word, but that's the reason there's such a fight against the Constitution, because they're getting away from the way where it came from, the morals and everything, the way it was designed. And the further away you get from that, that's people want to disagree and tear it down because they want to change the country. And I think there's still enough patriots out there that we are the ones that are going to fight. I've always been that guy that if I saw somebody in need, like, I'm talking just something silly, like an older person, woman, man, can't cross the road, I'm going to jump in and help them cross the road. People today would rather push them down or trip them, some of them, to get views or to laugh. And that's sad.
In my opinion, is two things. For instance, people don't know what they have until they lose it. Okay, so me as an American by choice, I can see people that they were born and raised in this country and they're only in the 20s yet, and I have my rights, I had this, I had that. They didn't have to fight for the rights. We did fight for the rights, so they had to fight for that. So in the mentality, whatever happened, I'm good, I'm safe. That's problem number one. Problem number two is that because of that mentality that people are having today's days, didn't happen back 60, 70, 80 years back. It happened just now. And because of that mentality, I always talk to my wife, I say, honey, at any given moment, this country is going to go into civil war, believe it or not. She laughs. I don't laugh. I say, I've been in this many, many, many times. Many times. And if people start, just influencers, since we have all this technology, they're very important. Depends how you influence to people. Influencers can make people go crazy. Influencers can do this, that, and that. So that's the truth. And to this day, all these kids, and I call people that are in the 20s and the 30s kids, I'm in my 50s. They're not thinking that like we used to think 20, 30 years ago. And that's the big problem. People think that, I'm American. I don't have to do nothing. I have my rights. I have my privileges. I have this. No, man, yes. Follow the law, do the rules, be okay, treat everyone like you're supposed to be treated or you want to be treated, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I got to this day, and I've been in this country for 26 years, and I still have people telling me, hey, Ish, slow down, you have a heavy accent, which I understand. And I went to some bars, and people look at me, white guy, kind of blonde hair per se, whatever, so they think I'm from the United States. They ask me something, I open my mouth, American. You know how I shut them?
How do you shut them up?
I was out, sorry. So what I said, you know what I shut them down when they told me that? American. I said, well, I want to tell you something. I'm American. I have my naturalization. I have my passport. But the only difference between you and I is that I am American by choice. I choose to be in this country and fight for this country and be in this country. You didn't have any other choice. You were born in this country. So respect your country or get the fuck out. And that's how I see it.
Man, you guys are really hard to follow up on this one. Randy, bravo, for real. That was exactly where I was going to go. So I'm just going to say, man, you're 100% right, man. I could not agree more. I'm a patriot as well. I will help anybody in need. Memphis is a little questionable. If there's a broken down vehicle, I don't know if I'm stopping.
It's a little different over there.
I'm just saying. But I have helped many people across the street, and old lady getting her groceries in the house, and I try to feel like I'm doing something. But yes, I agree on the Civil War thing. I am just going to say though, I'm not going to get political, but I am going to say I'm glad I'm on the side with the guns. So if there ever is one, I feel all right. But my whole thing, I guess I would say is, I'm super proud to be an American, and I wish we could stay together when something like this happens and be what I know this country can be. But I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say that, the media plays a huge role in where we are today.
Absolutely.
They always want us to be at each other because it gives them news and it gives them something to talk about. And just slow down and talk to your fucking neighbor. Talk to the person next to you. If you can't talk it through, great. I mean, it is what it is. Agree to disagree and walk away. But that's what makes the world go round. But at the end of the day, we're all fucking human beings, and we need to find a way to coexist.
Mick, it's so easy. Forget that you're American. Forget your politics views. Forget your religion. You're a human being. Treat people like a 100%. Freaking human beings. It's simple as that. I don't 100%. Care where you're coming from. Anyone in this country, except for the Native Americans, we all come from different countries, or our second generation, third generation. So with the illegally, okay, some people do illegally. Well, that's not the way to do it. So I'm sorry, you out. But yes, treat people like people. It's like
100%.
What the hell? It's 2025, and I see people fighting between each other, between schools, between whatever. Oh, I in this, I in that. What the hell? Are you really?
I've met so many great people of every race, religion, political background. I've met so many great people in everyone. And at the end of the day, it comes down to, how are you going to treat me and my family? You know what I mean? That's all it is. And I'll treat them with the exact same level of respect.
I always put the same example to people. I say, okay, any guy from Spain, Europe, become an American citizen, marry to a person that is American citizen because he was born in Brazil, but the family is from Trinidad and Tobago. It was because her mother couldn't fly because it was too much into the pregnancy. And the father was working over there with the rigs with oil. Okay. So, I'm a Spaniard, she's Trinidadian, we are both Americans. We don't care her color skin, my color skin, her religion. She comes from India. I come from Europe. So what? And we still go to places that people will look at us, saying like, what are you guys doing? So what? You don't like us? Don't fucking look. Sorry, don't look. You don't like it? I said, what? At what point people can this crazy? I really don't understand, because again, I'm only 53 years old. It's not only, but 53 years old. And when I came to this country, I was 27. So one more year, it will be half of my life in the United States, half of my life in Europe and other countries. And I never saw in my life so much separation between races and politics and religion that right here in the United States, the greatest country in the world, and we are fucking it up. Why? That's why.
So
doesn't make any sense.
I will say this, my day job, we don't talk about it on here at all. Don't exactly go into what it is. I deal with kids.
Okay.
And one of the big parts of what my job is, I teach life skill education.
Okay.
And it's to a lot of younger kids, middle school kids, elementary school, on up into high school. So we do what we call mat chats. We talk about a life skill for a month every day in there. And for some reason, I planned this out 2 years ago. I planned 24 months out of what our topic was going to be. This month's topic is community. So over the last few weeks, we've been talking about what community is, and this week ends our last talk. So, you're talking to different levels of kids, different ages of kids. And, we go into, community is a group of people working together to make life better for each other. There's 3 things that can make a community strong. The first thing is we have to work together. And you got to understand, I'm talking to kids as young as 5 all the way up to 25. And I call 25-year-olds kids because, that's my kid's age. So, we were talking about that, the first way to make your community stronger is everybody works together. When you break it down into kids, mom and dad is working real hard to make sure that the kids have everything that they need. The kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing at home. Rule number 2 is, after everybody's working together, you need to be able to respect each other. Rule number 2 is respect. Treat others the way you want to be treated. A strong community cannot be a strong community if we cannot respect each other. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And we're teaching kids this. And in my head, I'm thinking, we really need to be teaching adults this as well, because I think, we have, adults have come away from this, and it's one of those things where I'm spending my everyday teaching kids basic life skills. And then you turn on the TV and realize it's not the kids that don't have basic life skills. It's the adults.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is where it starts. If you could come down to Memphis and teach one of those classes, I would be greatly appreciative. That is
Think about this, and Randy said it before. But if you go now to the people now love to put new names, whatever, over the old world, which is Europe, you will see an 80-year-old man married to an 80 or 78 or 81 years old woman, married for 50 years. And if they drive, that gentleman, it will go and open the door for the wife. Out of respect. You're my queen, I do that. In this country, we don't do that anymore. When I go to a gas station and somebody's behind me, I open the door and I allow them to go first, or restaurant, or whatever it is. Maybe 1 out of the 10 say thank you. The other 9, they just go and I say,
well, we're a little different in Texas, y'all. I'm just gonna say.
I'm about to say, there's a lot of that goes on here.
We know you all. You all.
But going back into what I was saying is, we had 3 principles that we touched on. Number 1, working together. Everybody's got to work together. It doesn't matter if you're, you're Christian, you're not. If you're Baptist, you're Pentecostal. If you're black, you're white. If you're American, you're European. We all have to work together. Number 2 rule is you have to be willing to help. That's a big one. You have to be willing to help. And then number 3, which should be number 1, but it's the last one that we teach which was this week. You have to be able to respect each other. And what I was going after was, that's what it hit me hard. The events of this week, the big one that was out there was no respect this week. Nobody was willing to sit back and respect the views of each other. And what happened this week was because somebody cannot respect that somebody has a different opinion.
See, so Charles, you have to put a number 4.
Give me a number 4. I will write it into my curriculum tomorrow.
I tell you number 4. Learn to learn.
Okay.
Listen to learn. If you're not listening, you're not learning. Learn from those people that maybe you just despise them, and maybe become your best friends because you switch different things, nationalities, ideas, whatever. It's learn to learn. Simple as that. If we don't learn from each other, we're nobody.
We have 24 life skills that we teach in a 2-year process, and I write them all. I will spend days writing these lessons, these speeches, these homework things for my kids to go through And
Mhm.
yeah, I will add that into it next week, and I will teach that one next week. Is learn to learn
Absolutely.
and listen to learn.
Please,
I'll write that in, and I will
say
teach that one next
please
week.
say it like Ish does too. You have to say it like Ish does.
You have to say, learn to
Learn
learn.
to learn.
Learn
Listen
to learn.
Learn
I'm just trying to lighten it up just a
Learn.
touch here because we've been real serious tonight. We're trying to lighten this up a little bit here.
No, we'll go later on or whatever. But what happened is that people, the problem is that we hear, but we don't listen. You can hear whatever you want.
There's
but
a
you don't
reason
listen.
that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We need to
Yeah.
keep one shut while we keep the other 2 open.
Absolutely. But if we listen, we might learn something. And we agree or disagree. And if you have questions, remember what we, at our age, we were like 3, 4, 5 years old and say, but why?
Yeah.
Or what? Why? And everybody getting annoying. He's asking again why. Well, we want the answers. To this day, it's not why. It's hey, 2 plus 2 is 25. And people say, 2 plus 2 is 25. Fuck it. Nice. Somebody say it. Well,
The
I got a number
bourbon,
6.
the bourbon engineer says, add number 5. If you point out a problem, bring a solution with it. Yes, 100%. If you're willing to bring up a problem, bring a solution.
be the solution.
Randy, you got number 6.
Yeah, just be
Charles,
the solution, not the problem.
I'm going to tell you something, Charles. And I learned this about 3 years back, which I couldn't believe it. And I had to call to elementary school, high school, and universities and college to verify that it's true. I say, what you mean that now is mathematics is by a proximity. Proximity. So it's by proximity. So we all know that 9 times 10 is 90. But if the kids say 85 and it's within the 10%, it's okay. And they will pass. I say, sorry? So can you imagine that kid 3 years from now dealing with another country and say, well, we want $200 million. And they say, well, we'll give you 180. But it's 10%. You okay. Why? Why? The only thing that is pure in this country, not in this country, in this world, is mathematics. It doesn't lie. In any country in the whole world, mathematics is the only thing that don't change. Not the religion, not the politics, what mathematics is, boom, it's set. And now you give to these kids within 10% up or down, you okay? But you're wrong. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not 5, it's not 3, it's not 7. Why you allowed that? We became lazy as hell. But again, who's the fault? I tell you who's the fault. Government. Before, if I did something wrong, I will go pa or pa or pa. And I will learn within a split second. God forbid. I see in the supermarket, going to Publix over here, or Winn-Dixie over there, or Walmart over there, or whatever around my area. And Dad, mommy, or daddy, I want this. No. And they start to, and they look because they cannot spark them. If I was that kid 45 years ago, 50 years ago, that's what happened. And that was it. You cry 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or half hour. But that was it. And I learned not to wash a pen or that thing. That's it. But to this day, you cannot do that. Because, it's a parental abuse, it's child abuse. Get the fuck out of here.
That's what we somebody's house to whoop their kid. I'm like, I can come over there and stand by while you whoop them. But I would imagine people have thought I beat my kids before because when my kids know there's a switch, and when that switch flips and I make a move or something, I'm maybe in the grocery store going to grab the bread, and they think I'm finna whoop them. They go, they might think,
my kids always said that I had the daddy eye. They would act up, and all I would do is just turn my head and look, and they shut off like that. It's like, okay, I'm done.
I know.
Something's about to happen.
You
my kids would
100%
call it the devil voice. Oh, I'm sorry. My kids would call it the devil voice that I would break out because they did not want to hear the devil voice because they knew I had another octave to come yet. And but no, that we always taught our kids that, like, I didn't beat my kids. I mean, I'm sure they had a couple of whoopings over the years, but like when we were in public, they knew not to act up in public. Like I would give them that look, and everything would just end because they're like, nope, because we have to go home at some point. Because like
I'll tell you something.
It's all about raising kids.
I'll tell you something. Being born and raised, where I was born and raised in Spain, Europe, my parents never, ever, ever, ever had to beat me at all. Nothing. My father was a Marine and then became, after his time, he became a merchant Marine. So he was out for 15 months at a time, 16 months, 2 years, 6 months, all depends. And it was coming between 15 days, 20 days, a month tops or whatever. And I was like scared to him because I was a kid. And all of a sudden I saw a man with a mustache like this big. The next time I see somebody with not mustache. Now I see a guy with a beard like this. I say, what the fuck is going on? How many days I have? You know, it's the same one, but how you know as a kid? So, and if I did something wrong, he only went like this. Boom.
He went just like this, boom, and I'm froze.
His timing has been impeccable on his freezes tonight. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
Always
It
something.
is amazing.
Always happened when I talking. It pissed me off, really. But so what I was saying, if I did something wrong, my father only had to do this, like I usually Charles, like this, boom, and I will be like, and an angel, and they never pay me at all. Now my grandmother in the other side, if I don't eat what she cook, well, the brownie will be out. But that's a different story. But and I never respect anyone, and to this day, I don't respect anyone at all. But that's us, our age. When I see people right now, 12, 13 years, 5 years, calling to the mother, you a fucking cunt. And I go like this,
Oh, man.
You 5 years old, and you call your mother a fucking cunt? I say, oh my fucking Lord. And the mother is like
You just said my favorite word. Just saying.
and I in the line, and I look and say, lady, don't worry about it.
I tell him, you want to use my belt?
Yeah, no shit. That's or what really bothers me. We're way off subject, but what really bothers me, what really bothers me is using.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast.
What really bothers me is using a parent's first name.
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh. Oh man, does that go right through me? Do not. My kids never did it, but holy shit, I've seen it so much over the years. Oh my god.
Well, mine happened a couple of weeks ago, and it happened a couple of times. And I got some young guys that work for me, and again, we're in a teaching field, so we're in there, and you know, they refer to us as Mr. Whoever. Some of our younger guys have referred to us as being referred to as Mr. their first name, and mine is my last name. But I went in there, and this young kid was talking to this other one, or talking to one of our teachers, and said, "Hey, bruh." And I walked across the floor, and I just kind of looked at the kid, and he said, "Bruh." And this was like a 7-8-year-old kid. And I just kind of stepped over there and looked and went, sir, let me inform you of a few things. One, this young man over here is not your brother. He's not your sister. He's not your mother, and he's not your father. So you're going to treat him better than you obviously treat those in your family. This is Mr. Whoever. Do not let me ever hear you refer to one of our instructors as bruh. And the kid looked up at me and said, "Yes, sir." It wasn't 10 minutes later when the instructor asked him to do something, he said, "Bruh." I just snapped my head over like that, and he went, "Sorry, yes, sir." And it's like, yeah, you're going to learn. And I went up to the parent later in that, and I said, "Ma'am, I understand that might be okay in your family, but I will let you know that that's not okay in my facility. He will refer to the adults in this place as Mr. or Mrs. Whoever." And she was like, "Yes, sir, I understand."
One thing, it bothered me a lot. again, is going to a shopping mall, going to groceries or whatever, and what the son or the daughter, talking between 5 to 10, maybe 12 years old, to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, say, hey, Julia, hey, David. I say, whoa, something is going on. I never call my parents by the name ever. It's mom and dad, period. But when you see these young kids calling the parents for the first name, it's something wrong. Just let me tell you, there's something wrong. And you see this every day now, every day. Julia, David, whatever, Roseanne, whatever the name. And that bothers me. Actually, it bothers me. I will never call, I never call my wife. Well, if I might, I say, Carrie. You know, I say, hey, honey, 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 honey. But when I say Carrie, she knows something is coming. I say, oh, shit. My husband is pissed off. But it's always honey, 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 honey. And people go to Spain or Europe or wherever we go. And as honey, oh, you got him meal. Because honey is the honey. Okay. But when I say Carrie, see what like this. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. What the fuck I need?
You got it like that. Okay.
Yeah, my wife's never going to call me sir. I mean, she was one of my students at one time, and she still never called me sir.
I'm thinking
not
maybe
happening.
we get Carrie out here to see how. Let's show us how that works.
See, Gibby's on here, and he says
that.
the only time Gibby says the only time I use my parents' name is when I get tired of saying mom, dad, and I need to get their attention. And I was going back, and Ish just said it. The only time that I've ever said my wife's actual government name is, you know, I've been saying something to the house to be, hey, babe, hey, baby, hey, honey. And she's just intrigued in something. I'll go, Jennifer. And she will snap that head around like, I will bitch slap the hell out of you, man. And I'll be like, I just been trying to get your attention for the last couple of minutes. And she's like, don't you ever call me that again.
But,
So there's
you see how
there's no
Grace,
yes, sir, when she turns around. No yes, sir.
but you see, oh, well, I'm sorry, you know, it's classes. You know? It's levels in life, you know. No, but it is funny because I never call my wife by her name, ever. But the same thing with Charles. I use honey, never babe. It's always honey, honey, honey for the past 18 years. So, hey, honey, how you doing? Hey, honey, honey, honey. Because she call me, what's up, honey? But when she doesn't listen or she's doing this, honey, 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 Carrie. I say, okay. now I know. So it's funny, but it's not normal to call your parents by the first name when you're between 5 and 12 at all. It is not.
100%.
At least how I grew up, it's not. And I go to my Pilar, Esteban. I don't do that. I say mom, dad, whatever, you know. So grandpa, you don't say Mr. Guilford. What the fuck is this? General or something or what? It's your grandfather, you know.
I'm calling timeout. Calling timeout. This is the furthest off subject we've ever been on the podcast, but it might be our best show yet. So thank you for playing along, guys. I just want to say that.
You never know. You never know. Guys, we promise you, we will talk about cigars. But it's so fun.
I don't want to talk about cigars.
No, this is perfect. I don't even care anymore. Let's just go. You guys are great, man. This is awesome.
I'm going to say this. We're going to move into, you know, we're on here as, you know, Real Smoke working with Cigar Dudes. But I do want to say this. Going back into where we originally got started. This is 9/11, guys. It doesn't matter if you are, you know, here in the States with us or, you know, as our brother from New Zealand's watching from across the pond, as he would possibly say. Who knows? I don't know. I don't care. But it is a day that needs to be remembered. There was a shit ton of people that lost their lives for absolutely no freaking reason. And I would love to say that as a country, we have learned a lot from it. But I think at the time that we learned a lot, but we have forgotten a lot as well. And I think we need to come together. We need to get back to the roots of what this country was about. And we need to start over again and become that one cohesive country. I know that the incident that happened yesterday is not going to bring the whole country together. It's probably going to cause a lot more issues, but it is going to start bringing some people together. And I hope we can work together to at least understand. The only thing that I want to get out of 9/11 is that there was a time that we were together. We lost our way. We need to get back there. And the one thing that I hope that we can bring from the incident that happened yesterday with Charlie is that I hope that we can now wake up and see we should all be able to have an opinion, discuss it, debate it, fight about it, get angry, get passionate about it. But then at the end of the day, if we can agree, understand, you believe your way, I believe my way, I'm going to keep believing my way, and I'm going to walk away from the situation. That's the one thing I hope that we can bring. And that's going to be the last thing I say.
To add to that, Charles, one thing you notice, and I'm sorry to say, guys, I'm American by choice, like I said before. So I'm very, very American. I choose to be in this country in the legal way, and it cost me a fortune and 5 years because I was not married. If I was married 3 years, pay 3,000 to one people, but marry, boom, 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 whatever. But it was not the case. So the only thing that I see for the 26 years that it was in July 18th, it was 26 years of my existence being in this country. That bring together this country is things like a 9/11 or things like a Olympics. Let's go USA, USA, USA. What about the rest of the fucking things? What about the rest of the things? So you have to have somebody killed to become together. You have to have a terrorist attack to become together. You have to go to an Olympic, because God forbid, the Giants and the Patriots, they're playing together, they will kill each other. It's two different things in the same country. But no, now when we went to the Olympics in different country, USA, USA. So are we blind? Are we programmed to do that? What's the deal? Because I really don't understand. We're supposed to be human beings from not from all the 24 hours of the day, all the 7 days of the week, and all the 365 of the day, period. Treat yourself and treat others like you want to be treated, period. But most people don't do that. That's my taking.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything
Mick,
else
you're on
on
mute.
that subject.
Fucking
Who's
shit!
muted?
Now I did.
Oh, Mick.
I just pulled a Randy. I muted myself. Randy, top that.
It made me
No,
look.
Bravo-ish on and Charles. I mean, honestly, both of you said it perfectly. I have nothing to add. But Randy, please top it if you can, man. That's a great way to end that little
Oh,
segment.
no, I
It was
can't top it.
amazing. I can't either.
It's been said. It's just, that is what it is. That's what needs to happen.
It is. You're not proud, first of all, of your parents. They give you life.
Wait. Did you say
I
unibrow?
get it. You don't want in your that sack, ball sack, tiki, put in here and make it baby. You didn't do that, okay? But you came to life. You don't proud of your parents and where you live. I don't care if it's United States or it's Ethiopia. I don't give a fuck. Be proud for where you are from. And better yourself and better everyone else around you. And teach instead of destroy, if it makes any sense. Just teach.
100%. I was confused when you started out with unibrow and ball sack, but everything else made complete sense. I'm 100% on board.
He said it in his Spanglish. You not proud.
Oh, God.
You're not proud of your parents and your ball sack. That's all I got out of that.
Got it. Now,
Okay,
the rest
He
of
said
it
you're
makes
not
sense.
proud. If you're not proud.
For you guys born and raised in the United States, not being proud choosing American to be over here, not to be, I am American. I want to put it this a little slower. If it was not for your parents' balls and your mom's uterus, you would not be here. And what I said, no one of us were knocking in our mother's belly to say, hey, I want to be here. On our parents' balls, I want to be here.
And there you go. This is awesome.
It's pissing me off.
I'm just saying, even StreamYard is having a hard time trying to figure this shit out.
It's trying to flip.
I've been like this, kidding you know, guys. I've been for at least 3-4 weeks. I clean my computer. I have a professional guy, an IT guy, clean my whole computer or whatever. We move the modem over here. I have right now the up and down is crazy. I should unload probably about 4 movies in 3 minutes. That's how it is. But a StreamYard and soon it caught me out. I don't know why. But anyways, the whole thing was, again, be proud of who you are. I don't care where you were born, and be proud of your parents. Without your parents, you will not be alive. Again, maybe you never asked to be alive. Well, neither your parents. So, you know, neither your grandparents, neither whatever. That's how history is made. But if you're born, make something to make a difference. If you are born over here just to steal oxygen for another people, that's bad. Yeah, just go ahead and do something.
Yeah. One of the things
do whatever. Every one of us, we know something that the other guy doesn't know. I guarantee you that Mick, Charles, you know something that I don't know. When you're talking about it, what I do, I shut the fuck up and I listen and commute. Now I know because you guys teach me that. So, but people don't do that. Because, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. How the fuck you know is wrong? You know about the what we're talking? No, but that's wrong. Why? Because I say so. Well, you now is when you run. People, again, do not listen. And that's the most common thing in every country in the world, around the world, is people don't listen. We know that we know everything. We're smarter than everyone. We're the most handsome than no one else. We are the most powerful people than no one else. And we don't give a fuck. And to the point that your neighbor today comes and put a porch or roll. Oh, first thing that comes to people, like, he must be doing drugs. You never saw this guy leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning and coming home at fucking 11 o'clock at night, working, sweating with his little backpack or whatever, with his cooler with food or whatever. That's how he paid that. Don't think because the guy has a porch and you don't have it, he's tricking the system. He's a drug dealer. He's this, he's that.
Well, why he's froze. One of the biggest things that I always think about is mental health. We don't have enough resources.
You know, guys, I'm
health.
sorry. I never refill. Is the like 20 times I froze? I need a refill. Fuck this shit. I come in right back. I need a refill. And that's it.
All right, Randy, go ahead. You were touching on exactly where I was going with this, so go ahead and go with it.
Me too.
That's all I'm saying is just the mental health. There's not enough, and you think about the mental, and you go back to World War II. People, the men didn't think like even though they had issues, but I think they did have issues, right? There was issues, PTSD, things that they didn't know about, Vietnam, blah, blah, blah. But something has happened with either medications or social media doing things with people's brains or games doing stuff to people's brains. Something has happened in the last several decades that's just mental health is just a lot of the craziness, in my opinion, can be pinpointed back to mental health. And there's just not enough resources ever. There never has been for it.
Well, see, when you go back into mental health when it comes to military, there was a reason that Patton, one of the greatest tank commanders out there, that was taken off the front lines. He was in a sick bay unit. He had some guys over there that were in sick bay, and they were just mentally messed up. And he went over there, and he just thought they were pansies. He told the nurses to get them out of there where there was real warriors out there that were struggling, took his glove off, smacked him in the face. He was removed from the front lines. we would now say that, okay, you know, we diagnosed that as they were going through PTSD. They just saw their friends blown up. They saw everybody that they knew killed. But at that time, it was one of those, my dad was born in the 40s. It was one of those things where you had to man up and get up and go on out there. There was no such thing as depression or anxiety or anything like that. It was, you had to just suffer on with it. And now, you know, we realize that there are things like PTSD. When you go into people, when you talk about the people today and the kids today, I think one, it's the lack of education in the school system. Two, it's the lack of, you know, direction in the home system. I mean, parents don't parent, they friend their kids. I'm not my kid's best friend. I don't want to be my kid's best friend. I want to be their parent.
Yeah, you shouldn't be their friend.
You know, I think it's got a lot to do with all that, is the reason that we have so many issues of what we're going on with now is, and then we have, you know, people that are telling people that you can be as deranged and psychotic and crazy as you want to be, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to do that.
The question for you guys, don't you think that again is absolutely true that people have it, and absolutely false that people have it? Don't you think that the United States is the only country that they abuse of PTSD? I'm telling you, for instance, in other countries, like myself, I sign a contract. I know what I go for. I'm not even allowed to have it, even if I have it. I'm not allowed. I sign a contract. They owe me. I do my years, which is still doing 33 years and counting. And I'm not allowed to do that, to say that. Say, you know what you signed for. If you are a carpenter and you're working with a nails and hammer and you hammer your finger, you know it can happen. If you are in the military and your friend or your next guy on the left, on the right gets shot, you sign for that. So we are not allowed to have PTSD over there at all. But I saw people over here in the United States, 21 years old, working in Virginia, and he has 100% disability because his job, he's not a veteran whatsoever. He was only in Virginia, and his job, it was reading emails from the soldiers, officers, or whatever coming back home. They had to screen to make sure that pictures are not going out, this, and the guy has PTSD just reading letters. So you guys don't think that it's a little abuse? It's a little people, they go like this, like, okay, I have this, even I hope they have it, and that's what they apply for it. But don't you think that many people abuse the system just to gain something?
I think
go ahead, Randy. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think everything can be abused. You know, I had PTSD. I'm not military, but I'm law enforcement for 23 years. But I got PTSD years before I became like from a child or from a young teenager or something. Some stuff happened. I've shared that with Ish. Like, and that's what it's different. You know, other than I'll have this dream, and it's the same dream, and it's in reference to law enforcement, that I'll be chasing a bad guy and I'll shoot my Glock and it clicks and the bullet, not a rubber bullet, but the bullet just falls out the end of the gun. And I've heard a lot of law enforcement have that same dream, and that's weird that it's the same, but I don't have it from my job that I know. But I had mental health stuff in my teens, you know, so it's just, but you see stuff just like, well, let me just say this and I'll let you have, my wife's been an ER nurse for 20 something years. I mean, probably close to 25 years. I didn't think about it yesterday, and I got a hold of the video, and I showed her the video of the shot. And I said it's a little graphic, but I'm thinking we've seen stuff together, right? And she's seen lots of stuff in the ER. And when she saw that, she was like, oh my God, like it got her. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I did not even think that it would affect you. And talking about it today. So, but things like that, people, it can, when other people see that, and it's kind of off topic, but it desensitizes people when they see that stuff on games and videos or their friends, and they, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'll stop.
That's called the pile. It's called the pile of years that you have. You're getting old, you forget things, but it's okay, Randy. We got it. We got it.
Yeah,
I will say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Randy.
No. I'm just saying I do forget stuff.
What I was talking about, the PTSD is a real thing. It's more than real. Okay, it's more than real. But this country, United States, we are a little more soft than in other countries. You think that you want to, I don't care, you talk Israel, you call Yugoslavia, you call Croatia, Angola, they have PTSD? No. It's called anger. It's called anger. I couldn't do this at the time that I was supposed to do, and they just bother with that, and that's it. That was my point of the PTSD with people that actually didn't have it because they never went. If you don't put your boots in the ground in different country, you know a bet. Period. You're military, but you know a bet. But for somebody telling me in Virginia, never left Virginia and say, oh, I have PTSD and I have 100% disability at the age of 22, 21, 22, I call that bullshit. Sorry, but I call bullshit. Just because you read emails. So God forbid you watch a fucking movie, horror movie. No, you fucked up. You read the Steven Spielberg book. Now you will be fucked up as well. So PTSD is real, guys. Absolutely is real. It is real 100%. But depending on the country that you're allowed to have it or you're not allowed. And Randy, and I'm going to put this and I never see this ever in any podcast, ever. Over here in the United States, we call best friend. Where I come from is just friends. You don't have a best friend. It's the friend that you just frequent more with them or less or whatever. It's not best friend. I was coming from Thailand. He came from Germany the same day. We land at the same time in the same airport. We went, and the only thing that we were doing is in a bench, just sitting, eating just, how you call it? We call pipas. How you call it? Sunflower seeds. Okay. And one guy came, sulking right here, went through here, and his whole brains, it went into my sunflowers, my face, and all of me. I paused for about 6-7 seconds. I know the guy is dead. And I went like this. And the guy is running and running and running. Well, that was a mistake. He looked like some politician that back in the, you can Google this ETA, like a estimated arrival, but it means Euskadi Taskatasuna. ETA terrorist group is in the Basque Country. I froze for a second. I shouldn't, but I did. It's my friend. We just came to the park to talk. He's going for Germany, from Thailand, whatever. It didn't sound seats. And somebody approached to him from the back and poof, for no reason whatsoever. What? That get me? Absolutely yes. But I know allowed to have PTSD whatsoever. Well, the thing I know, obviously you guys know, is just run, and what happened after that, I wouldn't see in camera, but obviously that guy is not walking the streets today.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I don't have nothing for that, but because I signed a contract saying you want to see this, you can see this. When I came to the United States, by mistake, put it this way, okay, I was alone. I have friends or whatever, but they were working. I was doing nothing, so I went my car, and I see something. It was a theater. Boom. And I see tons of people going outside smoking. Whatever. I want to see the movie. So I go inside to this place, which is a theater. Actually, it's a theater. And the guy in the left asked me, "What's your name?" I say, Ishmael. The guy in the right, "What's your Ishmael?" The guy below me, Ishmael. Well, all of a sudden, everybody get up and say, Welcome Ishmael was a fucking AA meeting. I didn't know. I didn't know it was an AA meeting. It's a theater. I didn't know they were doing AA meetings in the fucking theater. So I'm like, oh, okay, what's this about? I thought that was a movie. And you were in the break smoking cigars or cigarettes or whatever, drinking coffee. No. That's for people that drink a lot of alcohol. We alcoholics, we cannot have control. I say, well, I drink alcohol, but I can control myself. When I can no more, I go to bed. Or I just stop drinking or whatever. So you're not alcoholic? I said, no, I'm not. You don't have a problem with your liver? I said, no, I'm not. So when you came over here, I said, guys, I just came 16 days from Spain. I saw a movie theater, so I came to see the fucking movie.
Oh, theater, not a cedar or a cedar, but you're saying a theater. Okay.
Cinema.
There you go. That makes more sense.
So I was like, what the hell is going on? So everyone had in the United States, yes, whatever you said, they will categorize. Man, leave people live alone. Don't categorize for what you said. Just think, put the whole fucking mix in your brain and say, oh, like you just said right now, oh, he said theater, not theater. Yeah, of course I don't want to see it, but anyways, that's what people don't do. They don't think anymore. I might be wrong, but people don't think anymore, and they put words in their fucking brains, and the brains, it goes to the mouth, and they tell the same words that they were taught to them, like a robots. I might be wrong. I don't know if I'm out of line, but that's how it feels to me, anyways.
All right, so I'm going to try to put a pin in this, but I'm going to say I do believe I agree with Randy that, you know, obviously PTSD is a real thing. I do agree that everything can be abused, but I will say that I am also current law enforcement. I don't talk about that on the show, and I've seen some shit. And over the last 2 weeks, I've really seen some shit. But we'll not go into that. But has it affected me now? I don't know. And I also will say that you never know what the brother to your left or to your right's going through. So I will say, I'll leave it at that. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not going to try to analyze anybody, but I am going to say, not saying anybody's right or wrong, but you never know what that person next to you is going through. So
Mick, your brain is your brain. Nobody can tell you nothing. I don't care. Okay. I treat people that they come in with nonsense or whatever, like a little puppy. A puppy doesn't know better. To try to teach takes time to teach. And finally they have it. Now, you teach the right thing or you teach the wrong thing. It's funny, like, oh, it's a neighbor coming, or it's a dog, bark, and the dog goes bark. But you teach the wrong thing. Teach has to be playful, whatever, blah, 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 and teach whatever. So obviously we are not dogs, we human beings. But I mean, with the PTSD or whatever, people abuse it a lot. Happens, it's real, 100%. It happens. But you can manipulate the system in this country. It's unbelievable. You can manipulate the system with no problem. But think about it. If I don't pay my mortgage in 2 months, they will tell me, get the fuck out of your house. Now, you don't pay your rent in 6 months, it will take another 3 or 4 or 5 months before it's kick you out. You know, I'm a legal citizen, I'm driving, and under the influence, like for instance today, because I have 3 wines, just somebody crash on me and then me blow whatever, I got a DUI. Well, yeah. But again, depends how you do it. You can go all the way around and make, no, like the other guy did it. So it's the only thing is manipulation is what I don't like at all, manipulations. We're supposed to be, you know, you are a person and you have your beliefs. Be true to your beliefs. I don't care what your beliefs are, but don't try to put the blame in somebody else. If it's your fault, it's your fault, period. Don't try to, remember how many times happened to you guys when we were in elementary school or whatever, and the teacher doesn't like me. That's what she felt me. The teacher you had 12 teachers, and 12 teachers doesn't like you. Don't you think that you are the problem? you know what I mean? So that's what I want to say. Like people, it's not me, it's everyone else. Well, you have to check yourself, because maybe it's you.
You made me think of when, like, law enforcement, military, active, even non-active, but if in a situation, but specifically when you're active or you're in the shit. We all have, I know I do, I have a cage in my head that I lock this monster up. And I'm this good person, I'm moral, I'm ethical, I'm all the things that I want to be. And then there's times when I have to unlock that monster and let him out. And that monster is going to do some shit that you're going to see. You see different sides of people when that monster comes out, when it's time to take care of business. And this is where the issue comes in, where you have to lock it back up. And then that's when you process everything, and you have to keep that. And that's my way. I had to talk to my preacher several years ago because I was dealing with some, I'll just say, some sexual assault of babies. And that was very difficult for me to have to deal with. And all the, you're not there seeing it happen, but you're looking at all the evidence. And so those things really, those kind of things play with your head. And it's like any kind of situation that somebody deals with. And that's where that stuff comes. That's where the mental health, you have to either, some of us are stronger than others. Some of us are able to deal with it, and it just never really, we're just able to deal with it. But something has happened, like what I said earlier, over the last 50, 75 years or whatever, that it's different now for whatever reason. There's more of it. I don't know.
Because now we soft, Randy. People to the day.
How did we get soft?
We.
Yeah.
The new generation are fucking soft. They have more rights that we have in our entire lives. They can do whatever they want, and nobody can say nothing. So, absolutely, the young generation is playing us, believe it or not. They're playing us.
Yeah, my grandpa was great, but his dad was even better as far as the way I perceived them, the way I seen them, the things that I know that they did. You know what I mean? Like, just the way all the above. But things were a lot different. Life was a lot different. Life was more simple. You didn't have all this other crap. So what happened? If we could put our finger on it, it's just, there's too many things. I'm surprised you're not smoking a cigar, Ish.
Oh, it's right here. I know you guys are
what did you grab? What do you have?
Let me see.
I was trying to help you with that pen. This could be a 5-hour conversation.
Either a tool gauge
and just back and forth.
Run around. The one I did for Fat Boys, which is the mafioso, was triple ligero with candela. I want to smoke this one. PTC.
Speaking of Fat Boys, yesterday was World Suicide Prevention Day, so let's put that out there as well. We're giving all kinds of shout outs tonight. This is great.
All right, guys. So let's go into some happier stuff. So
let's go for it.
We have just spent an hour and a half solving all the world's problems, which I will say, I think cigars, whiskey does that. It allows us to sit back and solve the world's problems. But, one of the biggest things that we brought you guys on here was not only to, get to hang out and chill out with you guys. And I love seeing the fact that Ish is actually now going into a cigar. So great job.
I love watching that.
Remember, before you keep going, I going Monday to Friday to my factory. I will be smoking in 5 days over 150 cigars.
Oh gosh.
So it's new blends, new this, new that, and so when you see me, I do this thing always. I don't put a brand or whatever, or I take the band, because God forbid, I'm making cigars for 126 companies. They see me in your video, my video, whatever video, and say, oh, why are you making that cigar not mine? So now it's a conflict. So I learned to smoke on my own cigars or cigarettes. So like this is not conflict. If it makes any sense to you guys.
Oh,
It
100%.
does. It does, but just one quick timeout. Did you say 120 or sorry, 150 cigars? How many cigars did you say?
126 20
No, how many
126 brands that I'm making cigars for.
Cigars are you going to smoke next week? That's how many. He's asking how many
Yeah,
cigars.
I'm sorry. I lost track.
Oh,
I was
I'm gonna smoke about 110, something like that. 110, 120.
That's insane. Okay, cool. All right, I'm good now.
So that's what I was smoking, just cigarettes until now, because the cigarette has nicotine no matter what. Like you inhale it and you just put it out, whatever. This is in your mouth. It will kill your bad taste no matter what. Your bad taste, it will kill it. And again, I fucking froze.
We can hear you though. We can hear you.
Yeah,
Can
we
you hear us?
we can hear you. So let's go into Cigar Dudes podcast. So
I was freeze when you guys were talking.
So out of all the people who are on Cigar Dudes podcast, I will say, Randy, you're the constant.
Yes.
So let's go back into, how did Cigar Dudes podcast get started? What was that process?
Well, kind of to go back a little further, just the gist of it. So I used to play music, 20-some years, played in the bar. So I had all this equipment here, and I stopped playing around 2011. And I just wasn't going to play in the bars anymore. And so I had all this equipment. So then along comes COVID. So I was like, I should do a podcast. I've thought about doing it. I used to be a front man, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't go live though. Back in, early COVID, I don't think they didn't have a lot of the software and things that you have now. You had to know OBS or whatever that is. And whatever that is, that software. So I was like, I had enough stuff to put some stuff together and start doing a recorded podcast. And it was with a friend of mine. So we did that for about 6-8 months and then kind of got off of that. Well, I started smoking cigars more, just got really heavy into cigars right after that, really. And so what is this, 25, 24? So it would have been around, I started thinking about it the latter part of 23. Some other friends and people we were talking to on Discord, and, everybody's just TikTok live, just getting into that community deep. And I was like, well, and I still don't know much, but I'm like, I didn't know anything, but that's not how my brain works. I get an idea in my head and I'm going to go for it. But so I started talking about it and then started looking in software. And then of course I always got to get the newest gadgets and yada, yada, yada. And I'd already had my studio built from, 4 years prior. And, so it was going to be originally, it was That Cigar Dude. That was my handle, That Cigar Dude. And I was going to have like me, and then I was going to bring guests and hosts. And then it just kind of quickly grew with the people around me at the time. It was like, I think the most we had were 6 or 7 panelists, like at one time. That's how it was when we first started, I think. And it kind of grew, and we had a few people on and they stayed. And then their faces have changed over time. And I don't know how long you've been on here ish. 6 months, maybe something like that.
8 months. 8 months. 8 months. Yeah.
Aldi had came in. He was doing a lot of guest appearances, like coming in, just helping us out, and then he became a regular fixture. And then not too long after that, Ish became a fixture, and then a couple people left, and it's just that's where we're at right now. I think it grew. I think it just Because if you look at the early episodes and look at the structure of things and look at it now, it's night and day, different, obviously. And that's, I was on Toro. They got a 2-part series. They made trying to do another one, but we were talking about that different podcast equipment and stuff. It's so easy now. You can just start with a phone and some earbuds. It just depends on what you want to do. I mean, you can just do a podcast on Instagram or something, or go live on YouTube just with your phone. But you don't have all these other fancy little gadgets and stuff. And StreamYard, since they got bought out, has been extremely cool because they are adding stuff, I think, weekly almost now, just different little tools that you can use. And it's so easy to use. Now you got to pay for it, but it's worth it to me. All the little things you can do. And that's just kind of where, and then of course, you go back, the 5th, my company was a year old, even though I'm just now kind of getting my feet, everything going good. Had some issues with, trademarks and different things like that. But I've learned, being in a cigar brand in this last year, being a cigar brand has taught me tons. Hanging around Ish, hanging around Aldi, hanging around all the people in our circles, listening to you guys. Just there's so much. If I did this the next 30 years, you're still not going to learn everything, right? It's always something. The friggin' cigar industry, it just worked out. That's just something that I'm extremely passionate about, all of it. And I love it. And you're not going to do it if you don't like it. I would imagine you guys feel the same way, because it's like a job, an extra job that we don't get paid for, but we have fun doing it. Right?
Every week, Charles and I talk about this. Like, there's weeks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. There's weeks I do not feel like doing this. Like, I'm fucking tired from work. I'm beat down. But by the end of it, I'm like, man, that was a great time. I learned some shit, and it was
And
awesome.
sometimes it's your best podcast. Like you had such a great time, right?
Yeah, and it's weird because Charles and I talk about this all the time, man. It's like we're brothers separated at birth. Like there's the nights that I don't want to be on here, he's all amped up and ready to go, and vice versa. And we get on here and we just have such a great time. But I was asked last week or 2 weeks ago in our anniversary show, what would you change, like over this past year? And I said I would have bought the damn equipment right away, because I started out with a phone and earbuds, and Charles is like, dude, we're getting bigger, we got to upgrade, whatever. I wish I'd done this to start with, because it's so much better having those tools at your fingertips. But I will say, Randy, you've been an inspiration for us, and like I'm glad we finally get to do this, man. Like, it's you guys have a great show, and when you added Aldi and Ish, like, they're brothers of ours, like we've known these guys, and we know you, and we know the show. It's something that it's such a great community, because we all have each other's back, and I'm so glad we finally get to do this, man.
I'm having a blast with it, and I concur with what you said. I'm the same. I feel the same, because in this industry, you have to support if you're not supporting each other, you're just in it for the wrong reasons.
I disagree. I believe that Randy asked me just to abuse me, and that was it. But it's okay. That's
if you haven't ever noticed, Ish and I, Ish says what he says. I don't always challenge him, but that's my personality.
Hold on. You always challenge me.
But it's not, to clarify that, it's not challenging. It's not me challenging Ish. It's me challenging myself, because I want to know 100%. Because number one, I'm a brand, and I'm trying to learn everything I can about that.
You will never know
the podcast, but you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn what I can about it. And when somebody if you just told me something, I'd be, oh, that's cool. But you know what I'm fixing to do? I'm going to start researching it, because I want to make sure that it's right.
Yes, the good thing about Randy, yesterday we had the TPA every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. TPA members go on and join. It could be 30 people, or it could be, he just left. It could be 20 people or whatever. And I say something. And as a matter of fact, Randy, because he's how he is, he has to verify everything. And he said, fuck. Everything that you said is in in here. I said, well, yeah, I know. I've been doing this for fucking many years. I've been for fucking 39 years. So yeah, I know. But yeah, Randy is a person that he has to have no one source, not two. Has to be 3 or 4 sources to say, okay,
Yeah.
now I go with this one, which I understand. No problem
It's
whatsoever.
always been that way with everything.
But so far, but
It's
so
also
far,
called being stubborn
but so
too.
far, Randy against Ish, how it work for you?
It's not working out too well.
All right,
but you know-
so
go ahead.
going I mean, you as being the person who's been leading this podcast forever, going back into the, what you guys were doing before and what you were doing kind of in the middle and kind of now what you're doing now. What are some of the struggles that you went through as trying to not only go for something as the Cigar Dude, but then going through the Cigar Dudes podcast, then trying to bring your brand involved in with this, and then trying to revamp it to get more people in?
Yeah.
What were some of the struggles that you had going into this? Because, there's people that watch you every week. They're all in the chat right now, but they don't realize that there's a struggle behind trying to keep something like this alive.
My brain always tells me like when I played music, and I think a lot of times that affects me, because when we played music, you had to have a set, we had to have a show kind of planned out. I don't do that. We don't do that with our podcast. Everything is organic, and we've held with that. We don't plan anything. All the questions. The only thing that's the same is I started out, hey guys, welcome to the show. This is this, and it just starts rolling. That's why it's so important for the audience to be. I love the questions, and when the audience gets involved, because then that starts sparking everything. That's the most fun podcast, is when everybody's here having a great time with us. But a lot of the struggles, like starting out, I had no idea. It was the Cigar Dude. I think it was the Cigar Assassins. Was a group that we had started. Rob and Tom and them are over that now. And but it was a Cigar Dude, and I was going to bring people. You just kind of have all these ideas, and what are we going to talk about? Limited knowledge with cigars, but we're going to talk about what we knew, and hopefully people that tuned in would listen to what we knew. I look back at it, because that's been February of 24 is when we started. But it grew with different people, different ideas, and different personalities on the show. And but a lot of those things changes. I made some decisions along the way that weren't necessarily didn't make people happy. And I'm thankful now. I think everything's kind of worked out where I'm talking to all those people now, but there were some hurt feelings. There has been some hurt feelings over this thing, right?
Randy, before you keep going, just time out. I feel in the podcast like I'm the guinea pig. He will speak on me, and
you're the guinea pig.
Yeah, you know the like the rabbit in the laboratory when they do the fucking operations and shit and see if it works or whatever. That's me in the show.
No, it's not.
But it's okay. It's okay. I still love him. It's okay.
But that's just kind of the way it just kind of I get, and that's the way I've always been. It's because I did the same thing with my music. When I started out, I was playing with somebody else. Like basically, if you could say I was on somebody else's podcast, but then I started doing my own thing. I bought all the equipment. I started running the shows, booking the shows to play music, and like I felt like my name, me, if something was bad, it looked bad on me, and I felt I brought that same thing into the podcast. So I overthink things too much, but somehow, some way, everything has worked out. And you're not going to, unless you've done this before. If you started all over and did something different, you'd have an idea of how to go into it again. But if you haven't, and that's what we tell people, dude, just start some way. If you want to do it, just start. You'll either figure it out or you won't. and just do it and learn from it, just like with anything else, and just keep on doing it. And if you have something that people want to watch, then they're going to watch. But I don't like dead space. Dead space it triggers me somehow.
That's not
If
good.
there's
Me
a
either.
dead, I feel like I
Yeah.
did it like, oh, and I do that sometimes because it's organic. There's no questions to ask. That's where Ish, for me, that's where Ish and Aldi has learned
Jump
also
right there.
to come in, and
But-
he reads me now. He knows when I'm having an old man moment, and he pops off with a question, and it kicks. And so, and our personalities are so different. All of our
Totally different.
personalities are different, you know.
But let me ask you this, Randy. Do you listen to your shows back ever?
I do sometimes. I do,
Okay.
but
So when you think there's this long dead space where things is crazy, it does not seem as long when you listen
right.
to it.
Yeah.
But I'm
100%.
the same way. Like I
Yeah.
freak out when I'm like,
It's never
"Oh,
as bad
shit."
as you think it is.
It's never that bad.
Yeah.
When you listen to it back, you're like, holy shit, there was nothing there. You know, it's
Yeah.
fine.
The only show that we did with the Cigar Dudes, because people ask me, "Oh, what's your show?" and say, and just listen to what you said or whatever. I say, okay. With the one with the theme, with the cigars. First cigar, and like this. It's an hour plus. Second cigar, and like this, but I start to go. Third cigar, and like it. But again, I have a broken neck and a broken back, so I cannot be sitting down for too long before they act. No, it's not thick. It's just my nerves go boom, 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 and stop it, motherfucker. So I was saying, God damn, you were like a 3 hours fucking. What
Hey,
the
3 hours. Look at these guys. These guys go at least 3 hours. You know, it for us, it
We
seems
try
like
not to, but it does every
well,
week.
it's just like for us about that hour mark is when it just seems like we just got warmed up and everything's starting to kick off. And
But
then
again,
you look up and it's been 2 hours.
Randy, it's not the same thing. 3 hours talking over here as a friends, talking about 9/11, talking about Charlie Kirk, talking about whatever, or just talking about me guessing fucking blends. Well, the first
That
episode-
was a great episode, though.
I said, what the fuck? So that's that difference.
Well,
Because
wait till the new one.
I am under pressure. If I'm under pressure, I can be like this, like in nothing. My face doesn't move, whatever. But if I'm under pressure, I trigger my fucking nerve on my neck, and I will go. I'm gonna start to go like a t, and people say, "What the fuck is happening with him?"
Well,
He's like
looking back at that
Water
episode,
race.
but looking back at that episode, there's what you call. So I had a at least one season on TV. But I know some people in the entertainment industry, and I pitched them an idea, and we got this show. It was called Big Texas Heat at first, and it's called Fat Cops. If you're interested, you can go to Apple TV and I think purchase the episodes $2 or $3. There's 10 episodes. But I say that because when you do a reality type show, you have to have characters, and you have to have something that builds up, and there's always this climax. There's something at the end that things, when you watch reality, that's why you're watching it. Well, what's going to happen to it? Well, they didn't say it. Or any show, really. You're waiting to see if that person falls in love with this person, or this one cheats, or whatever. With that cigar episode, we were waiting to see if he was going to guess it. And that was the most wildest, unpredictable thing I've ever seen, because not only did he nailed everything, and nailed the friggin' blenders and the cigar name and the factor. I mean, just everything. And he had no idea. And I had to have the picture here to pull it up to actually show people, like, this is unreal how he did that. And so, and this episode coming up, I think we have it scheduled for September 30th.
30th, yeah.
The cigar, the AI cigar, and there's a me and Aldi, and what is there? There's 4 others.
It's Panda, it's Gabe, I
Panda,
believe.
Gabe, Clint,
Miyagi, I believe, that we invite him at the end.
Yeah, he's either going to be on or he's going to be smoking.
Yeah.
And who else?
If he's not on, if he's not going to be on,
yeah, I don't know.
He's out. Simple.
Yeah.
It has to be people coming in.
Yeah.
Otherwise-
But that cigar AI blended a cigar. It took some prompting, but it actually blended it when I got it to where the recipe, it made the recipe, and I sent it to Ish, and he's like, damn, that's about 70% correct.
70%. 70% correct. Yeah.
So Ish is going to blend a cigar. Actually, when he goes to the DR next week, he's going to blend.
Well, Monday, when I show up over there, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the AI recipe, tell you the percentage and everything, the grams, everything that it has to be. Okay. So I'm going to do, everything is going to be video. One of my guys will video me doing the cigars. So I'm going to do that cigar. Now, because ChatGPT or whatever it is called, they give the notes, the notes of the cigars, the flavors. I'm going to do with the same tobacco what I think is better. And the third cigar is going to be with totally different tobaccos to make that cigar taste like the AI says it is. And I'm sorry,
Crazy.
If AI wins, I quit my job. So my
But we
126
have to
grams,
smoke the cigar.
I'm just saying, Mick, are you not like intrigued about what this is going to taste like?
I am so intrigued. I am so into
I'm
this.
hoping it's
I'm gonna
badass
be
because it's
watching
going to be
this
my
shit.
new blend. That's all I'm looking at.
I just want to know what it tastes like.
and when I in the DR, I'm gonna be me, my face, me blending, and I'm gonna put 3 stations. I have multiple stations, but 3 stations with the list with the percentage that AI said. So I will roll the cigar and put in the bunch. I will jump to a station with the same tobacco, what I think is gonna taste better than that. That would be my creation. Put it together, put it back in the bunch. And the third one, I move to another station, everything in video, record, and doing totally completely different tobaccos that it has to taste
Like the
like
notes
the
that AI said.
GTP say or AI say how it's supposed to taste.
Ish, I'm
I remember,
Ish,
I'm
I
ready.
will Venmo you tomorrow. Send us some of the.
I was about to say the same thing.
Let us
No.
fucking know.
You
We're
guys
in.
want in?
So,
I
yeah,
call you in.
yeah,
I call you in, no
Yes.
problem whatsoever.
The trick is we're going to receive the cigars, but my cigars will be 1, 2, 3. Whoever else, say Panda cigars are going to be whatever, but my one is not going to be his one. So when
I
we
love
start, we're
This
not
is
going to
awesome.
know. So we can't subjectively say,
Okay,
well,
what
man,
will
this one's
happen is
like this.
subliminal messages is pass away to everyone else. Not pass away, sorry. Pass through. So if I say, oh, chocolate, and you're smoking it, and you say, oh shit, I can taste that. Well, so his number 1 and Charles number 1, it will be number 2, different cigar. Mick, it will be number 3. The other guy, it can be
I
number
want
2,
it so bad.
be
It's
number
so
3, or number
Yeah,
2. Or whatever. No,
we need
it's
in
not
on
gonna
this.
confuse.
This is in our world, man. Obviously, we're all in the same world, but holy fuck, this is on.
It's gonna happen September 30th.
Wait,
Can you
hang
imagine?
on, hang on. Whose idea was this?
This fucking guy over there.
Man, dude, this is brilliant, fucking brilliant.
Look,
I
Look, I tell you something. I don't know if I like, love, or hate this motherfucker. He challenged me all the time to try to prove me wrong. He said no to try to prove me wrong. And so far, yesterday, in front of fucking 20-something people, say, well, this is right. I said, why? And he just do the whole thing, talking about the glands in your mouth and what you can smell. So, and he said me that, I said, well, I know a guy. He has been saying that for the past 39 years. And he told me, he laughed. But he will be, Randy is a person, which I love with all my heart, but it's a person that you don't show proof to your comments in
man.
mind.
Evidence
You
or
must
spirit,
show
you know
proof.
what I mean?
so
And-
I'm gonna I'm gonna say this. So, Ish, I've been blown away by your palate 100 times, man, and it absolutely blows my fucking mind. And I'm not just saying this because I love cigars or I'm looking for any kind of handout. I will pay for the cigars, but I want to be a part of this because I want to know.
I mean, September 20th. September 20th
Because-
is a Tuesday. Mick
No,
and
no,
I can
30th,
make this
30th,
one work.
30th,
Tuesday.
30th.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, the 30th. We can make this work. So if you want us to be a part of it, we can do this just for the experience.
But like, let us know. Like, we'll be in the background.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I don't.
We can just be in the freaking chat.
Yeah.
We can do a Zoom and from the Zoom screen or whatever. It will be about
there's
you
room.
guys. It will
There's
be
room.
18 people or whatever. But it's the funny thing.
That's still plenty. I mean, good.
Your number one,
Yeah.
who his number one is not gonna be the same cigar.
That is awesome.
It might be number three.
So
I want to be
basically,
smoking this cigar and I want to be thinking something completely different. And Ish just look at me and go, "You're stupid."
I would
Well,
never say
see-
that.
the thing is he's going to have all of you can't see it on this screen, but there's a refrigerator right to him. So in his tablet that
Right
he's going
here.
to have everything that he sent to everybody
All right.
is going to be there. So it's no
Right here.
cheating, right? He can't. There's no way to cheat. So at the end, he can say, "This is what you guys had. This is which one it was. This is this." And so
I
the
would
thing is we have to have a
call-
notepad.
I would say
basically-
Randy, his number one, it was the AI. I would say Charles, your number one, it was my blend. I can go and say Mick, your number one, it was the AI components, but my blend. So you cannot go each other.
Yeah,
I was
and
talking
you can say
all the cigars,
you can obviously say which one you liked better, or even if you liked all three, which one
And-
you liked
and
better. But we're
we
trying to
do it-
figure out which one is the AI cigar.
This is insane. This is
And
awesome.
Dude, this is brilliant.
Before
Brilliant.
we're supposed to do robustos, but a robusto is going to take you 1 hour. My case 45 minutes, but 1 hour to hour and 15, hour and 20. So I'm going to do all of them in Corona. So actually,
Nice.
we can smoke 3 cigars in under 2 hours.
Yeah,
Period.
Game.
That's it. Yeah.
it's going to be, and the reason the time frame is because he's going next week, and by the time it's fresh rolled, we don't want to go over that. We can have 2 weeks because then the cigar will, kind of be
Change flavors.
changing a little bit and all. We just want it to be as fresh as we can, or you'd have to wait a while. But it'll be, and that way it'll burn good and all of that. So that's also important when you think about, because the AI tells you where to place the tobacco and
yeah.
and binder
The
and all. So you
crops,
have to,
this, that. It's
if it
like a,
didn't burn right, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't combust exactly right or something.
again,
I don't
in
know.
a factory, if you own a factory and you know factories, you can put a chupacabras, what is called, the humidity of the cigar. 1 hour of that thing is equals to like a between 7 to 10 days aging run.
Wow.
So if I know it for
I got to show you
7 days or 5 days,
Wow.
can
That's
you imagine?
beautiful.
That is.
I love the
absolutely
red.
cool.
That's
That
the
blood
man
red
do.
at the bottom of it.
Dude, that
I
makes
love
it
that.
stand out.
I wanted red
And I-
because of the Habano.
Okay. I will say this real quick, and then I'll leave this go. Don't let us bully into your thing, but like that is the coolest thing ever. And if we're honored enough to be a
It's
part
fun,
of it, that's cool.
man. It's going to be
but
fun.
Don't let us bully our way in. Tell us later in the chats that we're assholes. No, and that's fine.
Yeah,
It's gonna
we're
be
all
fun.
good with that.
Who
We've been
wouldn't
told that
want to
before.
be in this though, right? Like
he's-
who
he's
wouldn't?
already-
That's the reason that we're saying this, because as people that enjoy this experience, yeah, we want to be a part of it, but you can privately just say, hey, nah, don't worry about it.
No.
And we're good.
I'll tell Charles later. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah,
No.
we tried.
I have about kidding you not. Since we said this last week, and I can show you my phone. It's show you. I have about 200 emails, tests, calls, whatever. I said, well, you buy cigars, whatever, but no, it's gonna be just for a panel or blah 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 blah. But every one of them say, how the fuck AI is gonna make a better cigar than you? AI doesn't fucking smoke, AI doesn't smell, AI whatever. I said, but AI, to my knowledge, and looking nobody else, when Randy sent me the recipe, I was impressed. It was a 70%. They could give 5% up or down. Correct.
See, that's pretty cool that AI was able to get that close.
So
give AI 10 years, that's going to be dangerous.
Oh,
Well,
no, we fucked.
If you
We
have
fucked.
to kind of know your prompts, right? Like, what are you wanting? Because basically, when I started out, I was just like, build me a cigar blend that tastes like this. That's how I started off. These flavors, and that's where it started, and just kept prompting and
the
kept
flavors
prompting
out
and
of-
kept prompting, and then all
the
of a
flavors-
sudden, boom! It said, "Would you like a recipe to give to a
Yes.
to
Yes,
give
I
to
would.
a factory?" And I was like, "What? You can do that?" So it's not the first. They did have. There's been at least 2, if not 3, first AI cigars, and that's been out. You can look it up. You can Google AI
What the
cigar,
fucking
and there's been out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: you're just taking it for their word. This is
Okay,
going to be fully documented.
What happened
The
is
video and
AI
everything of him rolling it.
is the same thing. Okay, Wikipedia is you, and I putting things in the computer, and they put together, and it goes to Wikipedia. Same thing with AI. If I go and say that this cigar that they're smoking tastes like a fucking turd, blah 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 blah, but I have so many followers, and they can go to my post saying that it tastes like a turd, fucking AI, it will say, oh, the cigar.
You know what we didn't
It's
talk
like-
about? I know you make extras. Would we have enough to offer a drawing at the end of it that the winner would get the winning cigar?
Man,
That
when
would
I
be
go,
awesome.
if I go Monday to Friday to my factory and smoke 120 cigars and blend the cigars myself, people will video me, my face, my hands doing the cigar. Do you think I'm gonna be coming only with 3 cigars or whatever? Of course we not. I'm not going there for nothing.
They will all have the same wrapper. They have to.
They have to have the same wrapper. Yes, absolutely.
Same size, same wrapper. So that's
Well, I might change the wrapper on my own creation.
yeah. You just wouldn't. It'd be the same color. Yeah.
Because the thing it was AI.
He's going to
It's
come
just-
on the one that he's going to do. He's going to pull out some rare tobacco that's from Zimbabwe or some shit like that.
It
And
has
it's going to
have
taste.
another thing, right. I will send y'all the recipe because that's a given. You have to have the recipe to know what we're pinpointing, right? To try to see what the flavor note should be. I think what I say, chocolate and nuts and espresso and some things like that. So, but
if you think about the different tobaccos that he has knowledge over and
yeah.
all that, he's going to pull some weird tobacco that he's going to find a way to get those notes off that wrapper.
Oh, absolutely.
That nobody
guarantee.
that we've never even heard of this tobacco that he's going to use.
I can tell you, number 3 blend is gonna spot on that nose. Number 3 blend.
That's the challenge. That's what's going to be, because what if the AI
AI fucking beat me? I
What
will
if it
fucking
is
devastated.
You know what I mean? Now, I have no doubt that his blend is going to be great. But what if and the
What if he-
cigar and
what
the
if he
cigar that he
blends
rolls
a-
with that same tobacco is going to be great. But what if the AI cigar is also great? And we're like twiddling, we're like, how do you pick? and all of a sudden, whoever picks, and if the AI cigar wins out, we're gonna be like, what?
Randy, the only thing with AI listen to your computer, listen to your phone, listen to your phone calls, listen to everything. So the only information AI is in writing, knowing the smell, knowing flavor, knowing touch. They cannot touch the wrapper, they cannot smell, and they cannot taste. So AI will never compare with a master blender in 1,000 years. Unless that the master blender goes and put things over there. Now I can put my over 1,000 blends and I put it over there for people to have it.
I know.
Now
I keep going.
They
back
know.
to this,
but other than that,
I think for the last like 6 months, I'm really proud of what Charles and I have done and where we're at and whatever. But that's fucking brilliant. And I'm really upset I don't have a master blender on my show that we can do this. Like this is fucking great.
you got one.
I'm about to say, we've got Ish as a he's a guest host, so we're gonna get him to blend some shit.
I will be the honorary guest. Oh, whatever. Honorary, however you want to call it. But yeah, sure.
So I can see it in 6 months. We're going to be like, well, we've got this original idea. We're going to bring on Ish, and he's going to roll an AI cigar. Nobody's ever done it before. Don't go check out this other podcast. They've never done it either.
I tell you, the idea that the Randy did is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It's awesome. It's a great idea.
And I was like, how you call that? Terrorize me, like scare me. Is that the whole fucking blend is about 70% correct. So somebody has to put something in AI to make this blend being 70% correct. It's not correct 100%. Again, you're in 30%. That 30% is what the flavors come with, blah, 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 blah.
Can you speak on why it may not work, or does that give too much away?
No, I can tell you, because the mix of the flavors, it will not give you a flavor that AI thinks it will give you. Okay. It's easy. It's 75% correct in the quantity of the leaves, what they come in front, the wrapper, the binder, everything is 70% correct. On the flavor, it goes down to like a 40% correct on the flavor, because AI cannot taste. AI cannot tell you how it feels. AI can tell you.
Yeah, and if you put that human factor in there, it's possible that it subjectively could work, right? Like
I would say between the 70 and the 40, you put 110 divided 2 is 55. So I would say between 55% to 60% AI, it would be correct.
Okay.
All right, so I have questions. So when you said that you ask AI for a blend, does it tell you how much of each leaf to use, like a percentage wise?
Percentage, 100%. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty friggin' wild. Like when I was like, holy shit. And insane. I sent it to him. We're on Discord, I think, and he opened up his email. He put his cheaters on. And he was like,
"Guys, normally this didn't happen in life, but my wife is knocking the door. I say, contact me in. So be right back. Hey,
all right,
I have manners.
3 minutes top.
And she's going like
3 to 5 minutes is all it takes. Ish.
I just going to tag him.
That's how it starts.
Forget it.
And he froze up conveniently.
It's wow. As he's pointing at us. I love it.
Great. He walks away. I like it. He's gone. So let's do this. I challenged Mick to do something earlier because we always, do our show at the end. We do the hot box questions. None of the questions that we normally ask would be relevant really to you guys' podcast. So we wanted to try to come up with some good questions, off the cuff questions that would pretty much get to tell more of your story with the podcast. So we kind of like to do that. And then, kind of like wrap things up with, what you've got, kind of going on. And we've already talked about what's coming up. So, I mean, again, that's the most freaking gangster thing that you guys could ever do. So I love that. So while Ish is over there beating his head into the wall, screaming at his internet and his camera and everything else, we're going to do the thing that we always like to ask. Are you willing to play a few hotbox questions?
Sure.
All right. So let's talk to.
As long as it doesn't have to do with a gorilla. I watched your show.
Yeah. All right. So you may know this guy. Let's talk to the one and only, the bearded wonder, John Aldi.
What up, Real Smoke family? John here from Beard Apothecary, coming to you from the Beard Apothecary headquarters. Want to let you know about a new product that we just dropped on the website. It is our first ever mustache wax, dubbed the Moustache Wax. This comes to us from a big help from our friend Larry Moose. Larry was instrumental in getting this whole thing together with all the research that he did and all the talks and the Zoom calls and everything to get this product out there. Larry tested this for us. We've got it dialed in. It is a very good medium hold wax that will help you keep that handlebar going, help you train that mustache. This product is no joke. Larry was a huge help. Thank you so much, bro. Real Smoke family, make sure you like, comment, and follow the page. Get these guys blown up. Don't let the beard look weird. Stay metal, my friends.
That was
awesome. Aldi's awesome. He's not our favorite Aldi, but Aldi's awesome. I will say that, we do have a lot of Cigar Dude podcast people on here watching. Do us a favor. If you're a Real Smoke person and you haven't started subscribing to Cigar Dudes, check them out. They do a lot of stuff on Tuesday nights. We do a lot of stuff on Thursday nights. And one of the things I do love that we did was, I don't think it was on purpose, but it was kind of on purpose. We all kind of found our groove on what nights, and there's a lot of different podcasts. You can pretty much watch a cigar podcast Monday through Sunday now. And, we all love each other, have the respect for each other. We try to schedule our stuff in different times, different days. That way it kind of brings everybody to everyone. So if you're one of the Real Smoke guys and you're not following Cigar Dudes, go do that right now. Even if you got to jump out for a second, go follow them. If you're one of their guys, we humbly ask that you come follow us.
Absolutely.
We're not as big and awesome and don't have master blenders on our show, but
it's getting there though. Hey, it's growing. I'm watching. Hey, don't think I ain't paying attention.
Brother, that's what she said. 100%. That's what she said.
You know what?
Every day, man. But you guys are all like, it's family, brother. And
hey, this podcast is growers. We're not showers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But guys, Randy Show's pushing me to the limit. So I might have to quit and go to your podcast. Just saying,
Hey, as long as you still make my cigars, bro, we're good. We share, man. We share.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
See, what we're not saying is we're secretly coming up with our own brand, and we happen to know this guy that blends cigars, and he might be coming over to the dark side. Just saying.
You never know.
You never know.
All right, so we got 10 random questions that we're going to try to come up with, and all of these are pretty much off the cuff, and these are all related to Cigar Dudes podcast in itself. So Mick starts off.
Go for it.
So since he's not on here tonight, and he's going to hopefully watch this later, who is your favorite Aldi and why?
Tanya.
Yeah.
Why? He's no competition. It's Tanya.
It's sweeter.
It's Tanya. It's no competition. Tanya.
She's prettier. She's sweeter. We agree, but I just wanted to hear it from you guys.
Guys, I have to tell you something. I had the pleasure to have in my house, right here where I am, in this patio, Tanya twice, with Aldi twice. With Aldi, I travel around different states or whatever. And Tanya, it was in another state that we travel. But we always say Tanya is my favorite Aldi, whatever, because she's the woman and this. But I never met a person that what he lived for a living still have a fucking heart. After what he did for a living, he shouldn't have a heart at all. And this guy's heart, the way in goal, is not even close to me. So John Aldi is one of my favorite persons in life for sure.
Yep.
I would agree with that.
I can't
We
top
fuck
it.
with him. We fuck with him all the time, man. But I agree completely. He's one of our brothers, but we love fucking with him. About that, I had to ask a question. So that's a great answer, man.
All right. So question number 2. We have a new brand owner with the Cigar Dudes. We have a master blender as well as a brand owner on here. So put aside the fact that you guys basically you guys have your own brand. You guys are now in a podcast that we all agree that it is a job that we don't get paid for.
Yeah.
Why is it each of you show up every week, put out the time away from the family to do this podcast?
For me, I think it's very important that the right information is put out there. And I think that's why I'm like I am as far as checking fact checking, double checking, whatever you want to call it, challenging. But I think it's very important to have that information out there, because it wasn't like that in the beginning for me, because I thought I knew some stuff. And as I grew in some knowledge and I learn something for every time we have a brand on, every time we have somebody on our podcast, I learn several things. And I think that's what I'm after, is that camaraderie with the people in our group and the people in the comments. Like, that's what I'm looking for, because it does, like, our subs are growing, right? But it doesn't matter as far as getting to 1,000 or anything like that on YouTube, because we're not ever going to monetize. That ain't what I'm in it for. But I think it's just fun. And I love it that the information coming from the podcast is spot on. You know what I mean? And anybody can challenge, and I'll be the first one to challenge it. If somebody says something. Yeah, but that's just me. That's why I think I think it's just the passion behind the industry is why I keep doing
it. To me, is to teach people about the whole thing about cigars. No brands get the cigar, where it comes from, the taste, the smell, whatever. That's my main theme, my main role in this podcast with the Cigar Dudes, is when people think that the whole taste is about 80%, which is not. It's about whatever. But I believe that it's teaching your knowledge for free. That I pay for it. Nobody teaches me for free. I pay for it. It took me 39 years to learn what I know right now. And when I say I know this much, it's because I know this much. It's way more to learn. But again, when I say this much, people, so you only know this much. I know this much. Well, prove me wrong. And they can't. They can't. So I will not be the arrogant guy saying, you know what? Fucking arrogant guy saying, this is this. I will come always with proof. And I will tell you how is this, the flavors or the smell, whatever. And that's what it makes the Cigar Dudes amazing. Yeah. We love each other, okay? Brandon and I, we love each other. He been over here, I've been over there, whatever. But we always compete. As a matter of fact, he always compete with me. But anyways, it's okay. And he will fucking chat GTP or whatever. And then I will have a text message saying, Haze, well, you were right. I said, well, I hope I was. I've been smoking for 30 years cigars, 39 years cigarettes, blending for 25, 26 years now, 27 years, 27 years blending for people. I hope I know something. But it is the, how do you call that? Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Okay. That it brings into the cigars. And that's all, the only thing that we try to have with people is just to have that together. It's not a club, it's not association, it's not nothing. Is come, use something, tell to us. We don't know, we'll approve your thing because you know more than us, whatever it is. But you, in my opinion, you must teach what you know. You don't teach what you know. It's gonna go with you to the fucking tomb or whatever, to the fucking hall, cremation, whatever. You must teach what you know, and that
Absolutely.
takes no time at all. So,
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I
yeah,
I feel like we're doing everything for the right reasons. All four of us are here for the right reasons, and that's why we continue to do this. So, all right. So this one's going to be a little rough. I don't know if I could answer this question after 45 episodes. What was your favorite episode?
today's episode by far.
Yeah, it's
By
been
far,
pretty
today's
deep.
episode.
Been pretty deep.
We didn't talk about cigars, blends, this, that until now. We talked about United States of America. Get together, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And 11,
I
what
agree.
happened yesterday.
Love it.
My favorite episode is this episode. With me in it or out.
As he freezes up. That's gonna be a good screenshot.
As he freezes up. That's awesome. So, okay, there he's back. All right, so I guess question number 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have, whether it's in our club or the people that we know, we have a lot of people jumping on to the podcast bandwagon. There is we thought there was a lot of cigar podcasts before. There's a lot that are now showing up. So as people that have gone through it and have done on it, been with it and been on different episodes and different podcasts before, what would be something that you guys would let a new person who is in their first couple of episodes know, or they're even starting their next one next week? What would you let them know that would be some good advice that you guys, you have now that you didn't have when you started?
I think you're just gonna have to learn on your own. I think the biggest thing is you need to research, look at equipment. It depends on how you want it to look. You have to kind of have an idea of what you want it to be about. What do you want to do? If you want to do the same thing, that's fine. Do you want it scripted? Do you want it non-scripted? Do you just want to do a 30-minute? Do you just want to do videos 10 minutes, do reviews? What do you want to do? I think you have to, and it's okay if you don't know what you want to do, just have fun with it. I think that's the biggest thing. And if you got a niche for it and it works out, great, but don't give up. I mean, if you get on there and you got 2 months in and you've gained 2 subscribers, worst case scenario, well, reevaluate things, look at what you're doing, talk to people, ask for, constructive criticism, and be willing to take that. If you ask for it, be willing to take it, right? But you don't have to do everything somebody says, but it's great to have somebody else's opinion on it. And I think just keep doing it. And if you're passionate about it, it'll start shining and things will happen. Again, you go back and look, the very first one we did to now, it's night and day different. The quality all the way around, just all of it.
And to me, we're the same thing. So what he said is totally correct. The only thing I would change is do not try to be who you are not.
Exactly.
Do not go
Don't
ahead.
fake it till you make it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I hate that fucking phrase where make it until you make it. Nobody that fake it and make it ever. They would not make it. But anyways, back to this. What he says, Randy says, is to me is a perfect example. No, learn what you have. Explain to people what you have. Now you have more knowledge about tobacco. Explain those people about tobacco, and that's it. And you will see your numbers going pling, 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 up. Or you will sharing, it will pling, 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 going down. And that's how it works. So
Yeah.
the main thing is do not lie.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Now we've said it since day one, man. We want to do everything live. There's going to be days I fuck up. There's going to be days I can't pronounce words because that's who I am. But we have fun with it. We go live, and for some reason people enjoy watching it. You know what I mean? Like we said if we struggling against
That's fucking Rob.
That's great. I would not
subscribe to my Rob. It's
I
called
subscribe.
Ish. So my DICK.
I think
No,
I want to add this to there because you may be going here with it, Mick. Like,
Go ahead.
so ours is typically, it just for whatever reason just always seems to be 2 hours. Kind of touched on that earlier. I've tried to cut it back to about an hour, but it just doesn't work. But what I do is I look at my analytics, and for whatever reason, the last 3 months, whatever we're doing right now is working because the numbers.
You
are
guys
going.
notice?
And so you got to do that too.
Yeah.
You notice? He said, "What I do." There's 3 people in the podcast, but he said, "What I do." Like he's the president, he's the boss.
No, I said we have tried to keep it down to an hour.
With you, fucker.
If I said
we try.
I look at the analytics because they don't look at them because they can't read them, but I definitely share it with them.
We try.
Let's be honest. Is you want to have a good podcast? Okay. Today, probably your numbers will go up for 2 reasons. Charlie Kirk and 9/11. Your numbers is gonna be up, because you thought about that. Most probably, every year that people coming over here and having whatever, they will never name those 2 situations. Your show is gonna be very
That's the
high.
cool thing about the show. We never script anything. But I told him going into it, like, I have a few things on my mind I want to get out there. That's what we're doing. And every week, that's what we do. We try to not script anything. We see where the show leads us. And every week we try to stay under 3 hours. It never fucking works. But we try every week. And we let the show lead itself, and we have fun with it. And we try to get some great information out there and some great brands and some great people. And I truly think we're succeeding in that realm. But I think you guys led the way in that, man. I really do. You guys really did a great job of just having fun with it.
Think about it. How many people are? I cannot see it. So how many people are in your screen seeing the podcast? I don't know.
I can't see it either. Charles sees it.
Let's see. We currently have about 40 people on right now after about 2.5 hours.
Nice.
Okay.
40
people. Let's do this. 50 people coming in the show. We will do an amazing prize for you guys. It will be the 5 cigars, between 5 6 cigars, depends the thing. It's called Cigar of the Month. Do that with you guys. You guys have two raffles to do or whatever. So go ahead, do a raffle, pick the money, the people going up. And
Do you mean do a raffle tonight to give somebody a free 1 month subscription? Is that what you're saying?
no, do you speak English or what?
Well, no. Did y'all understand what he said? I didn't understand it. I'm pretty ish savvy, but I had a hard time with that.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said. Yeah.
So are you asking them to put hashtag factory?
Real Smoke.
Oh, okay. Real Smoke works
Yeah,
too.
just put real smoke. Yeah.
I'm a
So
little
if they
confused
put
what
in
just happened.
hashtag, yeah, I'm lost.
Okay.
I don't understand English. I'm sorry.
What happened? I'm gonna say in signals. What happened yesterday? So this is what happened. For 5 years, a friend of mine from Pennsylvania, Paul, he would say, "Hey, you have to do a cigar of the month." I said, "No, I don't. Absolutely not." But do for Banff. I said, "Absolutely not." So last Friday, it was the 5 years anniversary that he called me. He called me back. "Hey, Ish, what do you fucking think?" I said, "Well, let me call to my brands. If they in, I be in." And 100% brands say, "Go for it." So it's gonna be 5 cigars in the cigars between the United States, European, Chinese market, or whatever. You have about $180, and you have $35 shipped to you. So I'm taking
Gotcha. So what you're saying is you just started your own cigar of the month, and
Yeah.
you're going to give away 1 month subscription to somebody who wins.
Oh, somebody speak fucking English. Thank you. God damn it.
Hijo de eso.
God damn it.
I
Somebody
feel-
speak English.
Well, Rob said Charles doesn't understand English and Mick has a hard time speaking it. So there you go.
That is
100%.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'll tell you something. Charles, it is
We can do
fucking
that.
fuck on.
All right, so we're going
Yeah.
to we're going to give away that in a few minutes here, but let's get through these damn questions.
All
here we
right.
go.
So question number 6. Let's go into question number 6. So question number
Wait,
6
I didn't do
is.
question number 5 yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Wow, you're jumping ahead of me here, brother. That's all right.
I got lost.
Yeah, so did I. I got lost in the ishness. It was all right.
Go
That's
ahead.
a shirt.
Go ahead.
I got lost in the
Question number
ishness.
5. Let's do it.
All right, I'll make the shirt tomorrow. We'll take care of that. So question number 5. What is your favorite patriotic song? Because it's 9/11, and we talked a lot of patriotic shit tonight. Like, what is your favorite patriotic song? Just so you know, that's what the promos are going to be tomorrow when we send out everything for this podcast. So, what is your favorite patriotic song?
I'm having a hard time saying the name of the song, but I posted a post today. It's Toby Keith.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, of the red, white, and blue. Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite one. I mean,
That's
that
country,
shit
guys.
riles me up
To
every
me,
time I
it's
hear it.
simple. I'm proud to be American. Period. Another song.
Nice.
I'm proud to be American. Na, na,
But
na.
at least I know I'm free. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lee Greenwood, right?
Absolutely,
Yes. Love it. That's
Yeah.
look for that in the
absolutely.
post. There we go.
Next question. Question
All
number
right. So
6.
question
Charles.
question number 6. Out of all the podcasts that you guys have done, what are some of the most memorable guests that you've had on? That's been like, this is it. This is amazing.
Oh my God, dude. There's a bunch.
Yeah, I know. I've
I
been
tell you,
watching since the
I
beginning.
Let me say this. If I had nothing against anybody else, but it has to be around June of last year, because it's what changed everything for me. As far as going to craft or boutique is when we had Mike from Toro. We just happened to have him on the podcast, and I ordered a bunch of cigars from Toro, and it was just like, wow, I think it's significant for me personally because of where I went. But then that changed the direction of the podcast as well, is who we started bringing on and stuff. So I think for me, did you ask who our favorite or I would just say that was the most significant one for me.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That was okay. My turn. For me is simple. Tonight. This one tonight.
Hey,
We talk nothing about cigars.
you need
we
to
talk
borrow
about
this.
real life.
Something
Real
right there.
American problems.
I do appreciate it, bro.
Real about
I do appreciate it.
whatever. Tonight is my favorite one of all. Tonight.
Damn.
Man, much love-ish. That's a lot of pressure, man. But I
It's
do
the
love
fucking
it.
truth.
No
Daniel
joke.
said Randy loves Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Well, don't get me started.
I could post that one too if you want. It's all right.
No, but tonight, guys, how you
See,
start?
I was trying to figure out what patriotic song Taylor Swift would sing if audio was on here.
I don't think she has patriotic songs.
I don't think so either.
I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I get it. I just did. I put it out there for that reason.
I do love
We got
Taylor
it.
Swift. There's a song I can't remember it, but there's when we had our beach house a couple years ago, or place at the beach, I was riding on the golf cart. My youngest, who's now fixing to be 13, but we were riding on there, and she thought that was cool that I was videoing us driving down the beach playing Taylor Swift. I couldn't even tell you the song, but she was loving it. So I can't just say,
I gotta hate. I'm gonna hate myself for this later because it's probably gonna become a T-shirt too. But I do love "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus. I do. It's one of my favorite songs. I love it every time it comes on. It makes me happy, man. I don't know.
well, I don't want to give y'all a trademark strike, so I won't play it. You know how YouTube, they'd be like,
Oh yeah, no doubt. All right, so we're moving on to question 7. Pretty easy one. Do you ash your cigar or do you let it fall off?
for me, depends on what I'm doing. Like it depends on how I'm looking at the cigar. But majority of the time when I'm just smoking, I'm ashing it.
Okay.
But
me too.
if I'm really trying to see how well, especially mine, and when I'm checking mine and stuff, I won't ash it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
You see, for me, is if the ash become big or whatever, with not me, not his. You smoke, I keep it. Otherwise, I was going ash it. Because the whole thing that you smoke is coming from the front to the back. So you want the acid coming back into your throat, your mouth, your nose, whatever.
I
That's a
get
good
that.
question.
So, question number 8, and I really want to hear Randy's thoughts on this, but I cannot wait to hear Ish's. Yeah, because I feel this could be a rant, but I'm just waiting. When it comes to whether you're in a cigar lounge or whether you have somebody come over to your house or whether you have a guest on, what is the one cigar peeve that you have that absolutely drives you crazy that somebody does?
There's lots, and I have lots of friends because a lot of us will come in here to my studio and smoke, and the majority. Well, let me see, what is it? Yeah, you're thinking about a rant because there's a lot. I tell you, a friend of mine, Glenn, he come in here one day, and I gave him the cutters. He licked a cigar and cut it, and I said, "Well, you can have them cutters." He said, "Oh, bro, I didn't even think." I said, "Yeah, you did. You wanted them cutters. That's why you did that." No, I think probably one of the, especially if it's one of my cigars because I want them to have the best experience. But really, any cigars when they're toasting or if they're just, they're right up on the friggin' cigar with the like it's burning the wrapper and stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's probably for me maybe one of the worst things, just because I know, like, man, you're kind of. But that's me being geeky about it. To them, they didn't give a shit. They're just lighting a cigar and smoking it, and sometimes that's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty big pet peeve for me.
So, Ish, when somebody's lighting a stick, what is one of the?
Let's say two
Sorry,
things.
sorry, sorry. I had to.
Well,
I had to. I'm sorry.
Brilliant.
wow.
Brilliant.
Go ahead.
It would
Try
be
again.
pairing it with Dr. Pepper.
Oh, God damn it. Now you say that.
I tried to get that out there. I was trying to go when somebody's lighting a stick and pairing it with some Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
What is one of the things that gets on your nerves the most?
And
If
why?
it's a fucking 19 Glock. Why? Because they deserve it. That's it. I'm sorry, but yeah.
And talking about the transitions.
Guys,
Ish is very much about words.
No,
Words
Ish-
mean specific things to Ish. Like stick
That's-
is a big word. Taste versus smell is huge. I learned that
Because it's
last
not a
night.
freaking tree.
Right.
yeah. Leather.
Transitions. It doesn't
Transitions.
transition, it changes flavors.
People say, oh, I have transitioned the cigar. I said, well, you want for tiles to fucking carpet? You want for carpet to fucking, no, I don't know, like a vinyl tile or whatever? That's transitions. In the cigar is change of fucking flavor. Period. And I try to teach that for the past 25 years. And people saying, oh, this. Well, I don't like the word stick is because people say it was 100 hands at the beginning, now it's 200 hands, now it's 500 hands touching the tobacco. It's a fucking lie. Okay, it's about 50 hands touching the tobacco.
There's still a percentage of that 50 hands that
But it's 50,
one
you
of
know,
them
5.
didn't wipe their hands when they wash their hands when they come from the bathroom.
Yeah. So you have to respect those people.
That's that manure taste I get.
So you're gonna say, oh, this stick. Oh, it was a flower coming to a tree, you harvest, goes to the leaves, whatever, and then you call a stick for what? Or Belvedere, or this, or this, or this, or that. No, it's a fucking cigar. It's how it's called. It's a cigar. It makes any sense, you know. So people just
And all I will say is you're welcome.
I've seriously been thinking about making some t-shirts that says hashtag Ishipedia across the top.
well, you can go to asish.com.
Not a stick. It's not a tumor. It's not a stick.
It's not a stick.
I can't believe you asked us, Charles. I really can't.
That's funny.
Where are we at?
Actually, Ish is going to try Dr. Pepper soon. He said he is willing to try it again.
I want to try it.
Number 9.
Second time
Number
in my
9.
life.
Number nine. We're gonna move on.
But-
That Charles really pushed that one. This could go on for 2 hours. So here we go.
Win in life.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It was brilliant.
But I don't think it's going to work good at all, but I will
All
try.
right, so we've all enjoyed very memorable sticks in our life. Oh, I mean cigars. I'm sorry. We've all
Damn it. God
That was-
damn it.
it was on purpose. I love you, Ish. I do. So we've all enjoyed very memorable cigars in our life, where we've had great cigars with great people, and they've all been amazing. So, like, I've had some great ones at sunrise. I've had some great ones at sunset. We've all seen some beautiful of both. What would you guys pick what would you guys pick? Would you guys pick a sunrise cigar or a sunset cigar?
You go. Yeah, Randy.
I think sunrise for me, but I think because I enjoy the first cigar with a cup of coffee probably more than I enjoy any cigar. I really enjoy that first cigar, and it's just it's sunrise for me. Not that I get up at sunrise, but I'm just saying the sun is risen when I'm smoking that cigar, and I love to be outside on my deck smoking that cigar when the weather's like spring weather, where you're just sitting out there. There's no bugs, there's no heat, there's no sweat, there's no cold, and you got a nice, good cup of drifting drams, cigar blend coffee, and a nice cigar. That's it. That's the best cigar for me, because your day is fresh. No matter, even if it's late morning for me, but the day is fresh, and I usually either I'm just looking at whatever on with my iPad, looking at a couple things, or I'm looking at the water. I'm enjoying the hummingbirds, or just enjoying what could be today, what could happen today. What do I need to do? It just helps me focus. I love it.
Amazing. It sounds like every weekend for me, man. Amazing.
I love that.
To me, it's a little different. When you wake up, you can wake up in the morning, you want coffee or tea or ice water, whatever. So to me, to smoke a cigar is how I feel at the time. Do I want to have a so nicotine strength? Forget flavors. Flavors is just subjective. So just go to nicotine strength. I want to have a banger right here and put me down for 2 hours. I want to have this. So a cigar, I would do in the morning. Again, people say, oh, listen to this. Because 100% of the people are totally wrong. Just saying. In the morning, Connecticut. In the afternoon, Habano. At night with steak. And Maduro. Well, why? Maduro will be in the breakfast, and Connecticut be after having a meal, per se. So it's because people just put, people listen to these things like we know right now. It's just sending message to people. Oh, I have to do this, and go. You're gonna tell me again.
And he's gone.
I kind of know where he's going, and I disagree with him on that either.
Oh, there he is.
The only thing I would say, and then he can finish, is Doc with GTO will tell you that it is could be healthier to go from a lighter to a fuller cigar instead of starting off a full, because then you're going to maybe stay full all day.
I can go Oscar right now, and he will say differently. So it is nicotine is nicotine. Nicotine is not good for you, period. That's it. I don't care you inhale, you put in your mouth, whatever, you retrohale, nicotine is not good for you.
I thought nicotine there's scientific proof that it has cognitive benefits.
But not in a cigar. A cigar, the nicotine contents in a cigar is between 80 to 95%. It's too much. Between 15 to 20% nicotine, it will be good for your body.
You got to quit smoking.
Okay? So, no, you don't have to.
I've been lied to.
Randy, Randy, real quick, you mentioned Doc. He did what I do for many, many years. Did that make sense? We had the same profession for many, many years. So I know him through work, and I've also smoked many of his cigars. Great dude. Love that guy, man. So, yeah, Really good.
Absolutely. Fun guy to hang
So-
around with, too.
He is. He's
I will say
fucking fun.
that I enjoy. My favorite thing is a lighter Maduro first thing in the morning. I want a medium plus Maduro first thing in the morning with coffee. I tend to smoke my lighter cigars in the evening, so I kind of get that idea.
But you know why, right? Because the Maduro is the shortest one of all the wrappers. Period. Oh fuck! I froze again. God
Oh, you
damn it!
didn't? Oh, you didn't?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
You guys
It's
were like,
good over here.
what the fuck? So Maduro is the shortest one of all the leaves. Why? Because fermentation period is 1 more year. Dry period is 1 more year. So people think, what is wrong to say this? They think is the tobacco comes from water and honey. It's not. It's water and vegetable oils. That's how it comes from. Okay, it's not honey in the cigar. But when people say, "Oh, it's honey in the cigar," because somebody say that, "Oh, it's gonna be sweet." Well, it's not. The darker the wrapper is more macerated, it's more aged, and that's what is sweeter. No, it has honey. You know, it's not. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to tell Charles, if you haven't had my Celibus yet, which is my Connecticut,
I haven't had any of yours yet.
that cigar is great in the morning, great in the middle of the day, or if you wanted to finish with that cigar, and it's going to fool you because it's my Connecticut. It has a Connecticut wrapper, but it's not a medium cigar, but it's just under that to me. But it has all the things that I like, but it's still mild enough. Like empty stomach, I could smoke 2 in a row, drinking coffee for hours. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
but I'm just saying it depends on the cigar too. As far as I used to love the 10th anniversary champagne, but when I smoke it now, it's just way too mild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't do anything for me. But that's just me. But
We're definitely gonna get into that, man, and probably the first of 2026. We're gonna get into that and talk about all your blends, man, for sure. Like I'm excited to try them. We're gonna buy a bunch of them and we're gonna give them a shot, man. I'm excited.
All right. So the last question, and this is something that I really, I wish John was on here to talk about it, but he's not. So there's 3 of you on the podcast. You know, you've got you got Ish, you got John.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this. This is a question to all of you, to the both of you. Since you guys have been doing this for a little while now, you've known each other for a while. What is one thing that you can say that each person on the podcast, each of the 3 of you, bring to the podcast that benefits your guys' show? That, you know, that's the one thing that kind of, that's the reason that they should be there. Not the reason that you want them on there, but dang, they're so good that they're the reason that they're on there.
In this one,
Jeez.
I'm gonna be first. Sorry,
yeah,
Randy.
go first, man. That's a lot to unpack.
I am the factory. I mean the cigars. John Aldi is a rep. He reps cigars or he knows the cigars.
And a brand owner now.
And then we'll go to Randy, who put one and one together. And ask the questions why. So Randy obviously is not gonna know even close what I know tobacco. Period. He can, and then that he comes train whatever. But his focus is like a why. When John Aldi will say, well, makes sense, let's do it. He does it. And he called me and said, well, makes sense, let's do it. So it's 3 different places. It's a factory, it's a rep, it's a brand owner. So it's different things that we can do that most people don't know about it. That's my take, anyways.
Well, to add on to that, it's just there's 3 different knowledge bases. We're all, I think I come at it more from a consumer type and a new brand owner. And where Ish has all the knowledge of the brand ownership, the factory, the tobacco, and then Aldi has this fresh perspective as a rep or a broker that and smoking with all these different clubs and been around things that I haven't been around, and then just to know these guys, like from my perspective, I know what both of them guys do. Like I see them at events, and I've seen Aldi. If you've ever never seen Aldi work a friggin' humidor, you are missing out. Like that dude is unfriggin' believable and so personable. And that comes across in the way you see that with Aldi. And Ish is just this Ishipedia, like just knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. And Ish is very good. Ish cuts through all the BS in the industry, and he has no problem putting it out there. That's just BS. And as a consumer, and that's where I think some of the challenging, not for me, it challenges everything that I've learned, or we're at to a point where I'm at, or something I've heard, or something I was taught when it comes to cigars. And it's like, and it's even bigger than cigars. Outside of the cigars, it's because we're all close to the same age. We've all done some type of law enforcement or military, and those experiences that we've had with family and with just life experiences and places we've been. I like to be fed, right? That's when I'm watching something or watching a show or anything. I want to be fed something, either entertainment or knowledge or something like that. And I think that's what each of us are able to bring to the table, is just something that keeps people interested in it, and keep coming back. What are we going to do this time? And we keep having to try to, not that we try to, we talk all the time. What's the guess? Aldi does a great job at I kind of put it on him. I said, do you mind doing the guest, just calling people and reaching out to them, because he has a vast knowledge, and all of us now, especially, and even being new, I've met so many new people over the last year. Like it's just, the networking is crazy in this industry. And I've heard Ish say this before. The cigar industry is huge, but it's really very tiny when you start to think about it. The cigar industry is big, but pretty much everybody kind of knows everybody in a way, But I just think everybody brings their own personality definitely to the show, and some you might even say could be controversial sometimes, or it challenges people, even viewers, even if whether they're a new smoker or an experienced smoker or experienced in the industry or a brand owner or somehow in this industry. And there's always something to learn or something to get from the podcast. And that's why I think it's working the way it is right now. Can't argue with numbers when you start seeing stuff like that.
So I will say, as somebody who, started out watching you all before we actually got involved in this, and then seeing the growth and the changeover, you talk about, my question was, what each person kind of bring? And I agree with you 100%. To me, one thing that I enjoy watching is it's the Ish encyclopedia. It's it's like the wealth of knowledge. You've got John, who jumps on here, and he's like the kid who's got questions. That is very much, he just jumps in there. And for me, I enjoy watching you because it's a dry sense of humor that is, you'll put a one-liner or a zinger in there that's just, or you'll poke fun at somebody. And if you're not paying attention, you don't catch it. But if you're watching,
master,
and you start cracking up, and you see people in the chats, and they're like, "Oh crap, he just put that in there." So it's one of those things where I love watching the chemistry that you guys have, because it's not that you have a role to play, but you guys have a role to play that you do very well, because that's who you are. It's, Ish wanting to teach, you wanting to make it fun, and John wanting to, he really wants to know the questions in there. And I enjoy that.
It's just real and it's organic. And that's how we approach it. We don't, yeah, there's sometimes when you might rarely, but I do look up somebody if I've never seen them before, because I don't want to not know something. But it typically seems to work out the way we're doing it. It just, okay, we got this person on this day. Let me set everything up. Okay, that's set. Here's the link. Let's hop on. Let's go. Like it's go time, and just let whatever happens happen. And there's been some times when it's been a little bit of, it's kind of slow starting. And then it, like I said, it just ends up being this great podcast. You leave and had a lot of fun. It's just like going to a new cigar bar or a new cigar lounge, and you just meet people in the lounge. It's kind of what it's like to me. You get to meet people and smoke cigars with them and talk about their products and how they came up. And sometimes we learn from the people we have on, and sometimes they learn from these other guys and just our experiences and stuff. And that's just, I think it's great. It's really fun.
So my last little question on here comes from JD. He's Jordan. I would like to know from his perspective, what kind of cigar would he recommend to a brand new cigar smoker or someone's first cigar?
I want a wrapper, 100%. And I will be, you want the whole mix? Or you just want the...
So I would say what he's asking is, if somebody's wanting to get into cigars, whether it's a cigar blend or just a cigar that's out there.
Habano. I don't care where it's coming from. Habano, because people are still thinking to this day that the Cornica is this, Habano is this, and other is that, or whatever. It is not. I would for Habano because the mix in the tobaccos is going to be very mild. So you have very mild, and you just set to smoke cigars, mild, it works. You will know smoking another cigar is very bitter, very whatever. So Habano wrapper and companies, I'm gonna say names, I don't care. You can go with Habano Camacho. You can go with Habano. Well,
Is that the orange one?
And that's it. No, it's like a wow. It's hard. I think it. I have like 3,000 things in my head. But Camacho, Habano, it will be a great start. Absolutely. Just put it that way. It will be good. Yeah.
It kind of depends too if they're a cigarette smoker, or if they dip or chew tobacco, or if they're used to
let's just go random cigar smoker. Somebody who's you're wanting to get somebody into just cigars. A buddy that you had.
I'll give you an example. I gave my got to smoke with my nephew for the first time several years back, and I gave him a cigar that was a medium cigar, and he got about halfway through it, and he got sick, and I feel bad because I didn't do it on purpose, but I should have started him off with something very mild for him, right? Just something mild, and usually, and I don't smoke them because they're too mild for me now, but I have a lot of champagnes here, 10th anniversary Perdermos, and I've had friends over here that don't smoke. I was like, okay, smoke this one, man. You'll either love it or you'll hate it, but it's not going to blow your head off. You're going to enjoy it.
That's the cigar that I send people to, is the 10th anniversary champagne.
It's just a good, consistent, very mild cigar. and they're going to love it, or they're going to have a good time with it. You know, it's not good. They're not going to get. I would 100%. They're not going to get sick on it unless they're just really, really, really sensitive to it.
All right, so we normally put some other stuff in front of this one, but since Ish was gracious enough to give a month subscription to his cigar of the month, we're going to go ahead and do prizes.
And if you're looking for it, it's called Factory Reserve Cigar Club.
That's what I was about to ask.
Find it on Instagram. But you go to bampcigars.com, and that first page, right? You scroll down, and there's that emblem is there, and that's where you can sign up for it if you're interested in it.
So, guys, as we go ahead and get stuff set up, I know that it takes a couple of seconds, but go ahead and type in #RealSmoke in the comments. We are going to give away Ish's first, and then 2 $25 gift cards. We do have a thing with Cigar Vault. If you've already won this month, you cannot win again. So we do have those people written down. So go ahead and type that in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. So let me go ahead and get that set up. Here we go. There we go.
That's it.
I think this will work. Let's see. Man, you got to love it when StreamYard completely changes everything around for you. It's different than last week.
I gotta say that logo is fucking amazing, and it's red, white, and blue for 9/11 Day.
Yeah, that's the reason I put it on there. I went away from the green one, and I did the whole blue and red on the background as well. So I tried to keep it that way.
Man. It's beautiful. Love it.
So let's go ahead and give this one away. Huge thanks to Ish on this one. We did take off excluded winners on here just in case you do not get called, but you got to be live on here. So let's go ahead and do this one. So this is for Ish's Cigar of the Month.
Good.
Here we go. This goes to everyone, so it doesn't matter if you won anything else, but
No, Jordan.
Jordan.
Okay.
Let's play
Jordan.
Give me the address.
JD Bear on here. If you're on here, make sure you post in the comments that you're on here.
I do love you, Jordan. I'm just playing. But he does win a lot of shit. He's impressive.
He wins a lot of stuff from everywhere. Jordan, he says on here.
He's the luckiest human I think
Jordan,
I know.
do me a favor. Send me your address so tomorrow you will be out.
Awesome.
Well, you just answered my question. I was going to ask how you want him to get your information. So, Jordan, send Ish all of your information, please. So, our next two are going.
Don't forget the urine sample. Send it to him.
Yeah, you got to.
Uh-oh. Now Charles is having his problems.
I'm here still. So let's do it.
So I guess it's the Mick show. So the next giveaway will be I don't even know what
this thing freeze with no reason whatsoever.
It's not Ish's time, man. This is messed up. What happened?
Okay, yeah, but this so far for the last month, it freeze on me. I don't give it the horse on a horse. Yes, freeze. No idea why.
It's going to be really hard for me to give away prizes because I can't run the wheel. I can do a lot of shit on my end, but I cannot. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
So Ish's problem has become my problem now. So just saying.
Oh.
All right. So drawing again for the next one. Here we go. So $25 gift card to Cigar Vault Oakdale. Let's see who wins that one. Thanks, Ish. You gave me your
God
get
damn.
your ends up. Guess what?
Kios wins.
He just won
He
on
won
ours
last week. So
Yep.
guess who?
On y'all too?
He won last week. So guess who cannot win this week?
Oh.
Sorry, get you. That sucks.
Do it again.
So we will have to spin again on this one. So here we go. Colin M. So Colin M, if you're on here, make sure you type in somewhere in there that you were here. We would love to see that you're still here and all that wonderful stuff. As Randy would say, round and round it goes. Where it stopped, nobody knows. Here we go. He says, hell yeah, I'm here. So Colin M. So what you need to do, brother, is send the podcast channel a message with your mailing name, address, phone number, and email address. So do that, and Mick will make sure that gets to the right person. So once again, mailing name, address, phone number, and email address. One more time, here we go for the second giveaway, or the third giveaway, I should say, but the second one from Cigar Vault. Angel Rodriguez. So, Angel, please let us know you're in here.
His
Yeah.
wife won one of ours last week or the other day.
Oh, really?
And
I'm
get
not
you
sure he's
Angel
actually
Gibbons.
won one from us.
He wins quite a bit, but I don't
Has he?
know that I don't think he won from us recently. I think it's
Okay.
It's been a couple weeks.
There he is.
Oh,
He's in.
Cigars with Angel says he's here.
Got it.
All right, Angel, go ahead and send Mick the same information that you've done probably 27 times before. Send Mick your mailing name, address, phone number, and email address, and he will get that to the right people to go ahead and do what he has to do. Yeah. Let's stop screen so we can get back to all of us.
So I don't know where Ish went, but let's put a bow on this, man. We've had a great time, man. And Randy, there he is. There he is. Randy, we've had a great time, man. We're gonna do this again soon. We're definitely setting this up for Ironclad, and we're gonna do this again. But
absolutely,
put a bow on this. Tell everybody where everybody can find you for the Cigar Dudes podcast, for Ironclad, for Banff. Tell us where we can find you. And
yeah, we're all on Instagram. Cigar Dudes podcast, Ironclad Cigars, Banff Cigars, Beard Apothecary, Clown Cigars. What else am I missing? The Instagram for the Factory Reserve Cigar Club is on Instagram. There pretty much that's where I do have a website coming. Ish is BanffCigars.com. Mine is IroncladCigars.com, but it's not up yet, but it's coming soon.
awesome.
I think Beard Apothecary has their website, and clownscigars.com, all the above.
So let's go ahead and throw in some of the sponsors. I know you got some people that sponsors the show, so go ahead and throw in some of your sponsors.
So we have Toro sponsors us. What's the lighter? I just went blank. Cigar Bro. Who else? There's
you, me.
Yeah, all of us. All of our stuff is on there. Obviously, all these Beard Apothecary, Clown Cigars, Ironclad Cigars, Banff Cigars, the Factory Reserve Cigar Club, just all of that. Might have a new one. Just got a text earlier. Might have a new one. I won't put it out there yet, but might have a new sponsor. So, just just having fun with it, man. Panda said, "Wake up, friend." I'm awake, bro. I'm awake. I can do 3.5 hours. If Aldi
Yeah,
would have
this
been on
is
an hour and a
this
half
is
ago.
yeah, this has been a good one. This has been a long one, but a good one.
But he's at 3.5 hours. He did 5 hours and 46 minutes last week.
That was the pre-show to the AI, bro.
I'm sorry. I was dining with my wife and my friends, and I was called in when they were like 4 hours and 42 minutes.
Well, that's why we went another hour, because Ish showed up toward the end, and we just kept going.
No, that's my fault. No, that's my
go
fault.
live sometimes, like because you like this so much. Let's go live and see who's out there, see what we can talk about. And I love, because a lot of times those shows you just go off the rails or whatever, and it's nothing scripted, nothing specific, and you just get to talk, and you get to bring people in. Some of the audience people come in, and just
That's
hang out
every
and
week with us,
experience,
brother.
man. Yeah,
Every week. Every week.
Everything is good. No matter what you do, it's good. So it's
All right. So the final thing I'm going to ask is this. Randy, I want to say thank you for jumping on here. Ish, I want to say thank you for jumping on
thanks for
here.
having us.
Can't wait to do something like this again. We kind of really selfishly want to hope that we hear from you about this cigar thing that you've got coming up. But I'm gonna
we'll let you know.
I'm gonna let Ish wrap everything up. Ish. So for anybody who's watching, what is the last thing that you want to let everybody know?
Well, it's easy. Guys, do not just go ahead and follow people because they tell you whatever. Follow real people like this podcast that we in right now with knowledge. Not just because they want to do a penny. Okay, and there's many people, I want to make a penny of this, so I'm going to tell you that this cigar tastes like a sunflower leaves. Well, it doesn't. Okay, so go to real podcasts like this one, go to the Cigar Dudes, go to the other one, and that's my advice. If you want to know something else, it's easy. Google is just like a.
Oh, we forgot TPA.rocks. Why? How could I forget
Yes.
that? I forgot all about TPA. Thanks, Panda.
And if you want to be, which it was over there in the bottom, you want to be, remember TPA, you go to TPA.rocks. You want to know anything, actually, anything about cigars or tobacco, go with the TPA.rocks. Absolutely, yes. Without a doubt. So
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys, for jumping on here. We appreciate it, and we love being able to do something like this because, one, there's so many different podcast brands that are trying to run away from each other. They're not willing to work together. And I guess the theme tonight is we all need to come together. And just like we did tonight, I absolutely appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to come together and just share the knowledge and share the fun and just be people. So thanks so much.
And not only that,
I've had a great time.
Not only that, but you have a podcast on the left, podcast on the right. Guess what? Our followers are going to follow you. Your followers are going to follow us. So it's a win-win-win-win. So guys, you want to learn, please. Let's go ahead.
Let's say it like this. You said you have the podcast on the left and the podcast on the right, but look at the middle.
That's right.
Yep.
We're all right there in the middle. We're together.
Yep.
Hey, much love to all you guys, man. Like,
I have to say, I don't have a beer or cigar in my hand. That's not cool.
We'll fix that for the next one, man. We'll fix that for the next one.
I will forgive you guys. That's not cool. Only you guys have a beer. We don't. God damn it!
Well,
you know what, guys? I don't have a beer. I have a wine. Cheers to you all. Thank you for watching, learning, or whatever is the case. But cheers.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Y'all have a great night, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And as we always say, episode 45 is in the books.
Man. I don't know if we ever had one that touched so deep, man. It was a good one. It was really
I
a
hear
good.
you guys.
a good one.
I hear you. Stay here. I hear you.
He's creeping around. Oh no, run.
What
I bet
is
it-
going on?
Hey, you saw Mr. This, the movie? Like, I'm from Spain. I'm very, very sneaky. That's me.
Very sneaky.
Oh, very nice, sir. You underestimate my sneakiness.
Oh shit. That's funny.
It was a
That's
good
funny.
show. It was. I love it because it was not just. It was nothing about cigars, honestly. But it was about everything else, and people. I can see because I have my phone over here, and I was watching my phone, jumping. People going just because we have fun, and we tell the fucking truth. No bullshit.
Every week, brother. Every week, man.
Yeah.
Amazing evening.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Good
brother.
I
job.
love it. Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Are you kidding me? Absolutely. And I don't know, run this, but hey, Randy, fuck you, just in case.
All right,
Yeah.
brother.
Have a
have
good
great
night.
Be good, guys.
See you, buddy.
See ya. Bye-bye.
He's very sneaky.
What?
Very
What just-
sneaky.
What just happened? What just happened? Oh,
It's just happened.
amazing.
Really quickly, we jumped into the prizes, and we do need to say the prizes were sponsored by our newest sponsor.
Our newest.
So our newest sponsor. So we need to go ahead and pull that up. So tonight's prizes was brought to you by, I'll let Mick if he still has the information, but it was Bruder's Cigar Accessories.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Hang on. I got this.
So
Damn
so go check them out. Go to brudersco.com, or you can check them out on Instagram at Bruders_heirloom_cutters. And you can check out this awesome cutter that they set up for us. So it is one of their new cutters that they've got coming out, or that they've got out. It was customized for us. If you can see on the screen right now, it does have one of us on one side, one of us on the other. It does have the gold diamond on there, and that's something that's kind of, that kind
Special
of brings us back. Yeah, it's kind of special to us. It kind of, we have a special relationship with Cavalier, and we're good friends with the Cavalier brand. So that gold diamond kind of means a little something to us. If you look on the edge, they do have the Real Smoke name on there. And if you look, we're holding the cigar tubes that they do have on there, and they do say that they're kind of indestructible. We did kind of put that to the test and beat the hell out of it. So
I know you kind of put me on the spot here. I have it now, so I'm kind of ready. I may have been drinking a little, but here we go. So, Bruder's Accessories, 100% American made, veteran owned, built to last for generations. So if you're looking for something for your shop or for you personally that you can hand down to your next generation, this might be the cutter for you. The heirloom cutter is crafted with grade 5 titanium, magnum cuts steel blades, premium wood abalone inlays, magnetic action, custom finishes, everything about this cutter. So Charles had this, there he has it right now. So we're kind of doing shared custody on this cutter. I tried it out first. I'm not a straight cut guy, but I gotta say this thing's pretty sweet. So they have like 3 different levels of what they offer. Check them out. Check them out on Instagram. Give them a look. I'm telling you, it's worth it. The 3D printed tubes, they might be indestructible. I threw one off my deck. Cigar was still great. So if you're looking to carry one cigar with you somewhere, that might be the way to go with that. But honestly, it's a great company, great guys. We're working on their read right now. Today is when they started becoming a sponsor, so we're still working on it. But honestly, great company, great people. So give them a look.
Awesome. So thank you to them for doing that one. And again, tonight's cigar was cut by them. Actually, both cigars was cut by them. So great job. We appreciate you guys jumping on board. And we look forward to seeing what you guys have in the future. And by the way, love the tube. Just the fact that at the herf that we had, we actually threw this thing around on the parking lot and in the brewery quite a few times, and there's not a mark on it.
Yeah,
so
great.
I mean, I might boomerang this thing tomorrow just to see what I can do to it, but we'll find out. So we do have a couple of things left to do. We do have a cigar review coming up, and we do have some Meanwhile in Memphis, and we still have a good ton of people on here. So really quickly, let's go ahead and see if we got anything in the chat that we need to catch up to real quick. We got a lot of people talking. Y'all keep talking. Go ahead and keep doing that one. So let's see. Cigar review. Our cigar review is going to be brought to us by Cigar Army. Let's go ahead and jump them in.
Tonight's cigar review is proudly sponsored by Cigar Army. The Cigar Army is a community brought together by their shared love of cigars, but bonded by something much deeper, their mission to give back to those in need. Through Operation Give Back, they honor the courage and dedication of our military and first responders, both active and retired. Their bravery and selflessness make the freedoms we enjoy possible, including this very moment to sit here, share a cigar, and connect with our Real Smoke audience. Every puff carries a story. Every draw is a tribute to their sacrifices. This isn't just about cigars, it's about gratitude, about compassion, and about giving back to the heroes who shaped our lives. Join them in the mission to make a difference, one cigar at a time. Check them out on Instagram at Cigar Army 3 or search Cigar Army on Facebook. Together, we can turn our passion into purpose.
So, and I'm actually can see that we still have a guest that's in the green room just listening. So, Mick, please tell us all about the stick that you smoked and let us know that if there was any flavor transitions or if you paired it with Dr. Pepper.
I'm glad you said it. That's beautiful. Ish, how you doing? All right. So,
very sneaky.
Very sneaky. So, why? Aroma from the body. I got light barnyard, natural sweetness. Aroma from the foot. I got a little bit of graham cracker, earthiness, and light barnyard. Taste from the cold draw. I got a touch of fruitiness, mineral, salt note, and bready. First third notes. I got breadiness, specifically rye, light black pepper, light floral, touch of coffee, earth, retro. I got black pepper, and a touch of lemon. I got like this light lemon note on the back end. Second, third notes. Earthiness. Again, I got the bready note. I got nuttiness, specifically a little bit of almond on the second, third. Light floral. Cedar. Again, that coffee note. Retro. Black pepper. Cedar. And a little bit of sweetness. And I will say, the second third to the third is when it really kicked up for me. Like the first third, I'm like, it's all right. Second, third, it really kicked up. So it was the end of the second third. It was really good. The final third notes, I got the earth, a little bit of toast, like a little bit of bread that was pretty toasted. Nuttiness again. I got that almond note, cedar. There's a hint of vanilla at times. I got coffee and baking spices, and the retro, black pepper, a little bit of leather, and again I got a touch of almond at times. So it was overall it was great, man. That second third to third, amazing. Pre-light experience, 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I got a 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, I got a 27 out of 30. And smoke production and final thoughts, I got a 32 out of 35. Gave it a total of a 90.
All right, so give me just a second. All right, so I got that score. All right, so I'll come back with some final thoughts on this one here in a little bit, but let me go ahead and give you the review. So aroma off the body, manure, sweet tobacco, aroma off the foot, sweet tobacco fruit, taste off the cold draw, hay, nutty, woody. First third notes on the light, black pepper, oak, and nuts. Into the first third, baking spices, oak, earth, and a slight sweet note on the finish. The retro is lots of black pepper, white pepper, spice, oaky, and a slight herbal note. Burn is razor sharp, ash is tight and stacks dimes. Draw is excellent and gives you lots of thick smoke. The smoke has a wonderful aroma in the air. Absolutely enjoying just sitting there smoking the cigar. Finishes long and leaves you with a oaky sweet note. Strength is a medium. In the second, coffee, earth, and a nutty note on the palate. The retro is more coffee and a woody, followed by white pepper and a slight spice. Draw is still fantastic. Burn and ash is great. Finish is long and gives you a slight creamy sweetness, medium strength. In the final third, lots of coffee, oak, and earth with a slight dark chocolate note. The retro is coffee, white pepper, woody, baking spices, draw and burn, and ash is flawless. Smoke is still thick and full. The whole smoke finishes long and pleasant. Strength ends about a medium plus. What I will say about this cigar is, to me, the construction was where it was all at. There was never a burn issue. It's been a long time since I've seen a cigar burn as straight as this one. It's been a long time since I've seen an ash that was as tight as this one. It construction wise, it was a fantastic cigar. My only knock was, when it comes to, I mean, we're smoking Las Calaveras. It is a Mexican San Andreas, cannot roll the R, but it's a Claro. It's a second priming. It's a lower priming. It's not as punchy as a typical Calaveras. And I love the Las Calaveras that has those punchy notes. To me, this one is very subtle, very nuanced. When it comes to flavor profile, I like something that's got a little more body to it. So on construction, flawless. On flavor profile, I wanted more from it. I see where he was going with it. I love the fact that he went that route with it. I love the fact that he tried something new. So, I mean, to me, it was a great cigar. So pre-light experiences, I gave it an 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it 4s across the board, 12 out of 15. Construction and characteristics, construction, 10 out of 10. Draw, 10 out of 10. Burn, 10 out of 10. Again, the construction, draw, burn, I have not had a cigar that has acted that good in a while. Smoke production, 5 out of 5. Overall experience, 18 out of 20. Would I smoke it again? Yeah. I mean, to me, if I wanted a morning coffee cigar, this is my morning coffee cigar. This is the one I want to chill out first thing in the morning, or maybe if it's my first cigar, but it's late at night, this is a cigar that I want. Would I buy a box? I would definitely buy a box. I've already bought quite a few of them. I probably already bought a half a box. So my final score is a 92. So if you take your 90, my 92, it's going to get a 91 from the Real Smoke podcast. So you gave it a 90, I gave it a 92, 91. So that's pretty cool. So Las Calaveras 2025 Real Smoke podcast gives that one a combined average score of a 91.
I'd say it's a great score. Like I agree. It doesn't have the punch I look for, but I will say this. I kind of want to go back and revisit the 2024 Las Calaveras because I did not give that a great score last year, but I also did not love the earthy notes because I don't think I was pairing it right or my palate wasn't quite adjusted yet. I don't know. Like I liked the 2022 and 2023, but then 2024 hit me wrong. I don't know why. So maybe in a few episodes later, when we're looking for something to smoke, man, we'll find a couple of those and give it a shot.
I think that'll work. I will say the last couple of Las Calaveras, I thought they need to sit a little while, but I did enjoy them. One thing I will say is I'm impressed with this cigar. It wasn't something that I was expecting. I wasn't expecting something that was, instead of slap you in the face and give you those big bold flavors, this was one you had to sit back with and enjoy. So,
I like that.
Great on them. Good job.
Yeah.
So the last segment we need to get into is some Meanwhile in Memphis, but I will say this. The last time that we played this ad, we got our first copyright strike because what was said to be a non-copyrighted song, YouTube says the song is copyrighted. So we're going to try it one more time just to see what happens. That would be our second strike. So if it happens again tonight, we've got to change it. But the Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you by none other than Haze Gray Cigars.
Every Haze Gray cigar is handcrafted with care, using only the finest tobaccos sourced from around the world, with rich flavors and smooth draws that satisfy even the most discerning cigar aficionados. From careful selection of tobacco leaves to the final roll, we oversee every step to guarantee the best blends possible. Every Haze Gray cigar is rolled with pride and purpose. Each cigar represents a different chapter in our Haze Gray story. From smooth Connecticut finesse to dark richness of double Maduro, there's a cigar that fits your nose.
So huge thanks to Haze Gray Cigars. I would say, do you want to play the Meanwhile in Memphis song? But my StreamYard has completely shut down that part of it, so we can't do it. Sorry.
Cool. We'll make this quick, and we're gonna try to beat the 4-hour mark.
Oh God, please do.
Yeah. So Meanwhile in Memphis. Memphis woman wakes up to home intruder pleasuring himself.
What?
Memphis, Tennessee. A local woman said that a man went into her home in northeast Memphis early in the morning and went into her room and started touching himself sexually near her bed. The man has not been arrested. The victim, who was asked not to be identified, spoke to Fox 13 in hopes that someone would be able to identify him. Physically, the victim is okay, but she told Fox 13 News that she is shell-shocked by the incident. She is worried the man might return and try the same thing with someone else. Even if we moved, even if they caught him, I will never feel safe again, the woman said. Just after 5 a.m. on August 31st, the victim's doorbell camera captured a man walking up. He rang the doorbell, waited a moment, and then opened the door and walked in. She said her deadbolt did not catch properly, which she just had installed. It happened while her 3 young children were sleeping. She said the man walked through the house into her bedroom where he turned down the AC, unplugged the TV, waking her up. Scared and confused, the victim pretended that she was fast asleep. It was just silent for a minute, and then I lifted up, looking at him, and he was masturbating, she said. So long story short, they're still looking for this guy. There's a perfect picture of him on their camera. There's not a whole lot more that I can read here, but she woke up. He was taking care of shit right beside her. He ran out. I don't understand it. Like his picture is perfectly on camera. They have his license plate number, but they can't find a fucking guy. Like I don't understand. All right. So number 2, man shot after meeting woman from Instagram. Police said. I'll read the story, but honestly, what were they meeting for is my question. Memphis, Tennessee. A conversation on Instagram ended up in gunfire with a man in the hospital, according to Memphis police. Memphis police say a man agreed to meet the woman at an apartment complex on Auburn Road after messaging her on Instagram. He said they met in the apartment's parking lot around 10:40 p.m. She arrived with 2 men in an orange Ford Mustang. He told officers that he and a woman had begun arguing, and the woman punched him in the face. And then he saw one of the men grab a gun and started walking his way when he ran. The woman and 2 men jumped in the orange Ford Mustang, took off. The police found the man in critical condition. He was shot. MPD says that that it was a one spent .22 caliber casing in the grass near the parking lot. If you have any information on this, please call MPD.
Meanwhile, in Memphis.
Yeah, and my last one. Memphis police say Memphis overall crime has dropped to a 25-year low.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this off of?
There's all kinds of arguments and Facebook arguments and comments on this, but MPD says reports of overall crime is at a 25-year low, with robbery, burglary, and larceny reaching 25-year lows. Murder is also at a 6-year low. Aggravated assault is at a 5-year low. Memphis is on the rise, and crime is at a low. I could go into more detail, but have you guys not been listening for the past fucking 52 weeks? I mean, come on. Like, there's no way it's at a low. I'm just saying. So, that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, Memphis. Are you froze, brother? Fuck, you're froze.
I was.
Oh, there you are. Cool.
I will say, let's go. Those statistics are completely shit.
Yeah, the Memphis Police and Tennessee Bureau of Investigations are probably fudging the numbers. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah. A little bit.
All right. So, do you want me to give you something really quickly to kind of perk you up?
Sure.
We have our first heckler.
Oh, man. I love it. Let's go.
All right. So, we have somebody on here called Square Willie. My dog Brownie loves a good cigar. And then he says, was it a strike or a warning? Big difference. And then he says, if you get a strike, you can't go live or post for 7 days. A copyright claim doesn't affect your channel.
I like it.
You might get more than 4 people watching if you interact with the chat. Why is he reading? Who is he talking to? Jordan jumps on here and says they do interact with people in the chat. Wow. Interesting.
Square Willie. I like it. This is great.
You guys need to shut it down and just get a hotel room because y'all gay and nobody watching you. Filibuster about cigars. What a sad would you? And then JD jumps in here and says you must not have anything permanent enough to bring up. 25-year low.
Oh yeah. I love Square Willie. This is great.
Cigar Willie, let me tell you, we love you. We really do love you. We hope that you get a chance to go back and watch the whole podcast in the future, at least the first part of it, because you're our favorite person now.
Please subscribe.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Wait, you've already commented. Nothing important, but you've already liked and commented. We love you. Big hearts to you, friend.
Love it. This is awesome.
You are my favorite person in the world. In other words, go home. Crawl in your basement. Ask mommy for some Hot Pockets. Set your alarm to get up and go to McDonald's so you can go to work. Just saying.
Phenomenal.
And if you find that short bridge, take a long run. I'll pay for the shoes for you to do it. Just saying. Anyways, it's been a great night tonight. Loved absolutely having Cigar Dudes podcast on here. Hate that John and his family's going what they're going through. I know they're having a rough time right now, but we miss you, John. We hope we can get you on here soon. Ish. Can't say enough about you, man. Randy, such an awesome guy. Thanks so much for jumping on here, guys. Absolutely loved it. Had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you guys had a good time. We have 4 minutes before it reached 4 hours. I really said we need to get off here in 2. That did not happen. Holy crap. Sorry about that for all you guys who are watching and still on here. Even cranky monkey baiter that was on here talking to us. Oh, yeah. Square job. SpongeBob SquarePants. Thank you, SpongeBob, for jumping on here. We appreciate you too. Everybody else who jumped on here, we love everything that you guys bring to the table, except for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Take time this week, smoke a cigar with someone you love. I'm trying to bring it back together. I really am. Take time this week, smoke a cigar with someone you love, and I mean that. I really mean that. Sit down with someone. Yeah. Even if it's someone you don't love, sit down with them.
Like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, I'd have a conversation with them. It's all good. Let's come back next week, man. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. But honestly, much love. Amazing evening. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Next week, we do have David Gomez with Escobar Cigars on. So we'll be back on here next week doing the same thing. Same bat time, same bat channel. Can't wait to see you guys on here. Peace.
The smoke is thick, the air is tight, cigars are lit, oh what a sight. Pour the whiskey, tequila too, this one for Mick and Charles and you. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us so grim. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. Conversations deep, the stories fly. Ashes fall, with spirits high. The gas is rolling, the bent is through. You've kept us burning, don't let it go. Thank you for tuning in. The Mick and Charles.